Okay?
Oh damn, we
Phil!
live.
Phil, where's Phil?
You know
Where's
what Phil
Philly?
is at.
Philly,
Where's
where are you?
where's Country
It's
Phil?
about some games coming somewhere in some place,
Something and these motherfuckers, and I tell you what, I'm trapped in Fonz's soundboard. Hey, we're live, RDX podcast every single Tuesday right now. Thanks for tuning in as I multitask my way to some eventual introductions here. I just want to say thanks to everyone that watches the show, checks us out, let us know how the sound quality and everything is, and also let Zalker know that, you know, what you had for breakfast. Message him on Twitter. Speaking of,
I had a sandwich.
Speaking of, we're gonna have I ain't even gonna say it. We're gonna have some a nice helping of Xbox Showcase, little preview action. Some what can we expect? Right, people are excited for this. There's a lot of stuff. So the last show before the showcase, and I guess I just thought about this today. I was like, oh yeah, people are probably gonna want us to do a live show during the showcase. If you watch the show, you know we don't do that, because we actually want to watch the showcase, and I feel like it hits differently if you do that after the showcase. Should go live. We'll figure that stuff out. But stay tuned to Twitter. I'm sure I'll say something there eventually. And yeah, thanks for showing up. Hit the like button, share it out, help us out a little bit as we get into some intros. D-Batch, another week, another show. The last one before their E3. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. It's a few days, 5 days to go, man, and it's a day before my birthday, so it should be a good weekend. And today I had to apply for a couple more jobs. I'm possibly starting an OnlyFans because I just need to save that money in order to get Apple's new device.
Oh, nice.
I got that in there for you, D. It's the last topic, actually.
That thing gonna be sitting on the shelf.
Yikes!
It's pretty good. I'd buy it.
I lick it. Hey,
I'm robbing a bank later.
Speaking of licking it, Fonz is he is out of the family thing that popped up. I don't know how much he would divulge about what, but just know that if he's going to be here, he'll be late, obviously, and obviously we love it when Fonz can make it. So hopefully he can get here. But the best to him and his family, seriously. Otherwise, I have to introduce next down the line, D-Batch. You did you say hi? You said hi.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Yes,
that's great. Now we also got Hardgeek, buddy. How you been? Another week, another show.
Yeah. I'm heading out tomorrow to LA for the Summer Game Fest and Fan Fest for Xbox. So we'll be hopefully good. I hope it'll be entertaining for both of them, and we'll see how it goes. Right?
Yeah, and you're going to be positive, innocent Hardgeek again after that.
Of course.
Right now it's Dark Hardgeek. Zalker, you've infected him.
Dark Hardgeek.
I didn't infect shit. He
Yeah,
did
you
it
did.
himself.
This ain't
He
the first
infected
time.
me. Did you ever think of that?
You said the clouds were clouds. Zalker, another week, another show, bud.
Yeah, man. Glad to be here. A lot to talk about. And honestly, all I've been doing in my life is Diablo, which you have the awesome cinematic going on right now. This is a good week. We got some good stuff talking about, like, basically E3. There's so many shows. I'm actually looking forward to Ubisoft's show and also Xbox's and even the Keighley show. So, yeah, man, this is a good time to be a gamer. There's just so much going on, and Final Fantasy doesn't have pre-orders. All right, that's it.
Why not?
Apparently they're like really low and they're worried about it. Like it's extremely low, and
But
it's like,
it's a
oh, y'all
PlayStation
fucked
exclusive.
around against Blizzard, bitch. That's what happened.
Ooh.
What do you mean? So they just said you can't pre? Oh, you're saying there literally is none. You can still pre-order though if you want.
No, you can still pre-order Final Fantasy. They're worried about it. Like Square Enix has said that
The Twitter account's like, oh fuck.
In Japan especially. Yeah, in Japan
Y'all
especially,
don't like
the
our
pre-orders
games
are
no
really
more.
low. Yeah, no, it's like really bad, and I put a post out about that saying like, well, when you only go to a platform that has 40 million people and you ignore two platforms, PC and Xbox, that have millions upon millions of people, that's on you.
Yeah, it's called stupidity.
Facts.
We've also got Forte, brother. Thanks for joining us, man. Another week, another show. The last one before the big E3, all the shit. And by the way, got a leak from Ubisoft we're going to talk about later. But yeah, go ahead, Forte.
Yeah, man. Got 6 days left into the big show. Not even, yes, about 5 days left to the showcase. Gonna be great. Aaron Greenberg out here telling people, don't worry about those expectations. We got you guys. And looking forward to basically everything that's going to pop up over the course of this week, and doing the show with you guys.
Yeah, man, we appreciate it every time you're here, man. Definitely. Danny Passion, by the way, he's doing his typical emojis. Shout out to MB. Says he says no movie trailers. Yeah, Greenberg had some really funny comments on Twitter. We're going to talk about. If you noticed, Sony kind of showed that dog shit Gran Turismo trailer at their showcase, and it made it even worse.
Gosh.
And then
I saw the
Meat Puppet, he says, will the BB Xbox showcase be any good? We're going to get into that, brother, definitely. As always, I had pretty high expectations. Was let down a little bit last year. I think I gave it like a 7.8 maybe. The 12-month window stuff kind of murdered a lot of the stuff for me, and just delivery of that stuff. But this year, we're hearing pretty good things. And honestly, even the execs are putting out some of this information.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be a gamer, definitely.
Trust me. And Xbox just confirmed that their trailer will be way better than the Gran Turismo trailer.
Jesus.
Can't be hard.
I had to sit through an elongated version of that trailer at the Spider-Man movie today. They showed. I was like, oh my god, okay, they're gonna show the Gran Turismo trailer, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. But then they showed like behind the scenes stuff, and I'm like, y'all really try to get people to go see this movie?
Sony spends most of the trailer making fun of video game people that play video games.
All jokes aside, though, it should never have been shown at the showcase. But with that all aside, it does look pretty interesting. Looks like it's gonna work as a movie. I gotta be honest. I'll probably go see it.
It'll work as a trash can too. Let me give some shout outs to the.
That's a fact.
What, you disagree?
I don't disagree at all. That is a fact.
That's a super fact.
I just think it's a trash can because it was at a game show. I'm just done with it. I don't even want to watch it, even if it comes for free. They're like, "Yo, TNT, we got this." I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
You know who else don't want to watch it? The Patreon shout out here. Holy Dark Death, Hey Blinken, Meat Pupple, 007, The Dar's Night, Randall Bone 19, Quartz, Kinkin 66, Galveston, Calypso, Boba, Fierce Fuzz, Hargeet, Sean Dasley, Dubmo, Ricky Fallon, Fault Lines, as well as Nano, Zord, and KY Bob, Assassin Lupa, Foreign Object, Teo, Vecball, Suicide Kings, Guillermo Cabillo, Dark CMF, and Alfonso Hogan. Shout out to you guys. That list updates every single month around the 5th. Check out the link down below if you care. And, something we all do care. We can start off a little bit. It's not really light because very, very current event. Right now, as you see on screen, Diablo 4, right? This game is being heralded by pretty much everyone and their grandma. I played a good little chunk of it. And honestly, some of the cinematics are fucking fantastic. Most things are pretty high quality in this game, right? It's really about if you like the top-down dungeon crawlers or not. And a lot of people want to play those with their friends. And unfortunately, Activision, this isn't a requirement. They have literally found a loophole to block game sharing on this game right now. That's what this is right now, Zucker. Would you say that that's what's happening?
Yeah, the early access is basically how people put it on Reddit. They found the loophole. People on Reddit will go digging because once you start screwing with gamers, they're going to find that shit. Apparently, it's under DLC. And DLC is in-game shared through this thing. So that's why people that, let's say you buy the game and you game share with your homie that lives, across the country or whatever, they can't play it early with you because they aren't the real owners of the game. They are the game share owners. So you can't play the game early. Now, obviously, that's all gone. People can play it now. That's done. But for the first 4 days of the early access, people could not have played it with their buddy that owned it. So you just had to play by yourself. There was some loopholes that they found, again, Reddit, because they're fucking petty like that. It's great. They found some loopholes where you can log in, create a character, and then log out with your buddy if you're couch co-op, and then it worked. So they found some loopholes, but again, who the hell's couch co-oping with their buddy, right? Unless it's your roommate. Yeah. So yeah, there's a couple things that's It was
a little bizarre, and I kind of found it a little bit shocking, to be honest, because I never heard of something like this happening to this extent. And I know that Activision, look, I personally talked to Phil in the party about this. It was some time ago, but his words remain true in my head. Publishers aren't really a big fan of some of this game sharing stuff. And
no, they're not.
I'm just thinking Activision, these fucks, if all of them, they're going to find a little, this could be something that you might encounter in the future. So I just thought it was worth mentioning. It's just really unfortunate because I wanted to play it with some people at my house this weekend and couldn't do it.
I think it is a regular thing. If my memory serves me right, on WWE 2K22, the Ultimate Edition, whatever, the one that had everything that came out 4 days early, I was unable to share that one. I was able to play it myself, but I was unable to share it. So I think that is a normal thing on that. And honestly, I can understand some people being annoyed seeing that a lot of people wanted to play Diablo, but game sharing is pretty cool. And if you gotta wait 4 days to game share a game that you most likely didn't pay for or paid full price for, I think it's a small thing. But gamers, they get their arms.
D-Batch, it's not the point, D-Batch. And no, it's not normal because I've been able to play every other, even games that aren't even released but for like not just 4 days early, like weeks early, I've been able to play on my other box in the other room. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a super common thing, but in the end, not that interesting of a subject. Just wanted to mention that before we move forward.
Who like did anybody? I don't know about you guys, but I've been playing Diablo like a fucking madman. Like it's insane. Like it was my entire weekend. I finished work, I come home, I'm playing Diablo. To me, I put a tweet out talking about this, that to me Diablo shows that Blizzard still has that it, and it made me extremely happy to play this game. I have like a 46 sorceress, the freaking 28 barb.
How many hours do you have in this thing already?
Bro, motherfucker, I don't know. Like it's not even, I'm not even counting anymore. Like my buddy is at world tier 3 or 4. Like one of my buddies is already 70. This is like it really grabbed all my friends. I played Blizzard games and we all play together, and I've played with Gaz and Fonz. I helped Fonz with the boss yesterday. I've been playing with a lot of people, man, just everyone, even coworkers. This is almost that like Tears of the Kingdom level of everybody playing it. And I know that sounds kind of weird to say, or Elden Ring, but my coworkers were talking about this shit like constantly. Like I see people on their screens at work with like making builds for their characters. Like they're going through the talent trees, and I'm like, and I walk by and then they minimize it. I was like, bitch, I know what you were doing. Yeah. I know what you were doing. And it's just
like,
one of those games. It's just one of those games, man. It's fucking amazing. I have way too many hours in it, and I'm not even close. I haven't done basically any. I've only beaten Act 1.
How many hours you got?
I so I had about 40 plus in the just the beta. I am probably over that now. I'm probably in around 50.
Well, we're just talking about like, so the progress carried over from that, or no? Or you just start over?
No progress carried over.
No progress carried over.
Oh, and this one you've got,
and even reviewers didn't get their progress carried over,
which is kind of normal, I guess. But anyway, this isn't the topic at hand. But I mean,
I want to ask a quick question.
Go ahead, D.
As a first timer, as a noob, as a virgin in this game.
Oh Lord!
I got the Ultimate Edition. I'm gonna probably fire it up after the show or tomorrow. What advice?
Have you even played it yet?
Yeah,
I've never played a Diablo game in my life.
I'm saying, you played this one yet?
No, I haven't played it yet.
So you bought the Ultimate Edition.
Stop! You're bad salesman, Forte.
I got it uber cheap. I got it so cheap.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, but regardless, yeah. So a noob like me, what would be the advice that you'd give me?
You're kind of cutting out a little bit, D. Are you backing up from the mic some?
Yeah, you can probably hear me better now.
Yeah. What advice would you give D-Batch?
What advice?
Quickly.
Play the character that you like to play. Don't be afraid to start another character to see how their play style is.
Yeah.
Enjoy the game. Don't race to get to the end game, and just explore everything. That's kind of what I do in these games, is the mini map and all that. I explore everything in the map, look at everything, play, make sure you mess with the builds. Just have fun
and
with
bash
it,
A button a lot.
I mean, yeah, bash A button. You know, too much A button. Gears of War
kill a lot of bears.
Too much right trigger in Forza Motorsport. 7 out of 10.
So
it doesn't matter.
Just choose the one that has the weapon, and like when you hover over them, right, that they'll pull fire out, or they'll take their clothes off. Whatever one you're interested in, just choose that one and then go with it, D. But
just explore, bro.
You can't go
literally
wrong.
Explore. It doesn't matter. Like pick whatever class you like that feels good. That's why I said don't be afraid to like start over, like with another class, because each one plays extremely different than the other.
I will say this though, certain classes is better for the campaign. I will say if you want to get through the campaign and then do the campaign skips and stuff, probably go through with either a rogue or a sorcerer, because those will be a little bit easier for the campaign. But after that, then you could just pretty much do whatever you want to do. But like Zalker said, it really doesn't matter. It just comes down to the experience you have. But those are the two classes that you probably would want to stick with, just to get through the campaign as efficiently as possible, or as quick as possible.
Chat, let us know which classes you're using in the campaign, and help D-Batch out if you got any tips. Tips to help D-Batch out. And a curious one, by the way, he says ponytails will be flowing if Xbox Series X and S is the best place to play single-player games after the Xbox Showcase. They're already flowing half the time. I mean, they can't even say little details about the show without guys getting aggravated about it, right? So we're going to get into that and much more. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm trying to move forward here because Jeff Keighley, he's, look, you ever met somebody, they're at a funeral, and they look down at the casket and say, you deserved it, bitch. It's your own fault. You ever been there?
That's what I did when I looked at Randall Thor's channel.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm just joking. Come on,
shout out to Rand, but nevertheless, E3 killed E3 according to Jeff Keighley. He said they did it themselves. They pulled out the tiny sword and everything. So what?
I mean,
what are your thoughts
wasn't
on
that
that?
like known? Wasn't that known for a little while? Like they were just very demanding about stuff and asked for like too much money and all this shit.
It's
and
like renting a
basically
space
was
in the
not-
mall.
Yeah, like renting space like over here in a parking lot, and they're like, "That's $80,000, please." They're like, "What the fuck? I put a tent up." It's like
A nice tent, bitch.
I don't know, like I feel like they did do that to themselves, and it was Sony that started this whole thing, right? Like they're like, we ain't going to this shit because we're not spending money on it, and then everybody else was like, whatever, and then Xbox is going to their own theater, and they just did it to themselves. They got too greedy, and it wasn't about the developer, it wasn't about the gamers, it was about the money they can make at
Once a
E3.
year, right? They're gonna cash in hard. Microsoft said,
Yeah.
you know what? It's cheaper for us to build a building next to you. Buck it. We're not gonna go to your thing. So
Yeah.
I don't disagree with him. I think he is snarling behind the scenes, though. Definitely. And I think his shows are 3 hours long because, half of it's an ad. And he makes a lot of money from that show. I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Yeah, he does.
But it works, right? So
Yeah.
he is
I mean,
able
it
to
works, but
sustain.
it's also scary. Like, it's also scary to have one person have that much,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, staying power and everything. Like, it's like his shows are so big now. He has basically 2 E3s: the Game Awards show where there's a bunch of announcements, and then this show, and it's him, and that's it. And he's the one that runs
And I'm
it.
still
so-
asking myself why.
Well,
like,
I mean,
really? Why? Why is Jeff
Everybody
Keighley the
can do
host
their
of
own
this?
thing. Everybody can do their own thing, right? So what does it matter, right? Like Capcom has their own show, UB has their own show. There's the Devolver show. Like there's all these other things too.
One of the best shows out there.
Well,
Devolver.
I mean, because people are going to sue him
Right.
for having a monopoly. That's why, Hargeet.
Yep.
It's
Well,
common
Monopoly,
practice.
He just has a freaking show.
I'm just kidding. I'm not being
is
serious.
the Oscars a freaking monopoly? Like who cares?
Fuck the Oscars.
Exactly, literally.
Yeah, I don't know. I do know that, when you got a certain, hundreds of millions of people watching something, you can have, like, people bitch because, he does favor certain things over others. And then when he gets certain announcements, like a debut of a fucking Series X, and then literally skips off to the next topic and act like you don't give a fuck. Like, it does piss people off, but
Yep.
I guess it'd be better if there were more hosts in the world behind some of those shows, I guess. My opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think that variety would be great. Like, not just him. Like you said, the Series X announcement, he just was like, okay, now's this by Ninja Turtles. It's like, what the fuck? Where did we go? Like, dude, that is a huge announcement. Why don't you kind of stick on that or hype it? But it wasn't any hype. Like, the only time I ever see him, the only time I ever see him hyping is when Kojima comes out and he's just like, fucking Jesus, it's Kojima.
And then
it's like,
Kojima's
"Alright,
like,
dude,
I have
chill out."
podcast.
Yeah, it's like I get it. Like, he does put on good shows. I actually enjoy watching them. I've just enjoyed them. They're really good. But I'm not gonna sit there and I would want more variety. And I'm glad that Xbox does that. Right? I'm glad
Well, I
Xbox
mean,
actually
like,
does have a show.
others do that if they want to, but I mean, would it really take off? Like, how many shows do you think that we can have?
Ryan Seacrest needs one, according to Bubba.
1,000. I'm down.
Oh, there you go.
Get that little dude in there. Bubba likes him. 9 Lives
I mean, we
likes
had a
him.
lot of shows back in the day. Hargy, you got to think about it. We had the Bethesda showcase, the EA showcase,
No,
the
it's
Ubisoft
always
showcase.
been it's always been them, and nothing's stopping EA from doing a showcase. It's up to them.
Minus that cringe guy that fucked up in front of camera. Yeah, that's the last time they did one, I think.
Now you talk,
When they hired that content creator.
Oh, that
and
was Toby
and he,
Tobuscus or
he
whatever?
I don't know. He froze on there, and then he posts later on
Oh,
Twitter.
no.
He's like, "I fucked up."
I know you're talking about. Yeah, that wasn't Tobuscus. But they
Yeah.
did let that guy basically host the whole event, and that was really, really awkward because his humor was too zany for everyone there. But yeah, I don't know. Any other thoughts on Keighley, stomping on the corpse?
No,
Not a big deal.
He's been doing
Yeah.
that for years.
I don't think it is.
He's been
Yeah.
helping it out the window
COVID.
anyway. Huh?
I mean, he stomped.
I
on
mean,
it
at
right
least
when he
we have
started.
his, right? Imagine E3 was because it was gonna die anyway. But what if we had nothing? At least we have something.
Yeah, at least we have arms and shit. Be thankful.
Yeah, but
It could always be worse. I mean, Hargy, are you meeting this man at E3? Is this what's going on?
I mean, maybe right up be front row,
shit,
so
I
I
knew
probably
it.
will. But I don't know. But again, that doesn't change my feelings on
Yeah.
it. It's just it is what it is. If somebody else wants to compete, it's an open market. Do what you want to do, right? He created it out of nothing because
Mhm.
he was on TV and they didn't want to do what he wanted to do, and he's like, fine, I'm just gonna go do my own thing.
Yeah.
Right? TV is
Yeah.
dying. His stuff's working. It is what it is, right? Anybody wants to do something, do it. Like, why not?
I agree.
I agree
So
too.
if somebody else
Hargy's
wants to go,
gonna
great.
Hargy's gonna come back from fucking LA with a Twitter account and 1 follower, Jeff Keighley.
And then Sony are going to announce a new
That's all
event.
it's gonna
Hargey's
be.
like,
Like, wait a minute.
no.
Like, what the fuck, Hargy? I see you, bitch.
Oh, God. Hey, shout out to Drawn, TJ, and so many others in the chat. Almost 1,000 people already watching live. Guys, hit the like button. Tell a buddy, too, about the show and whatnot. And go ahead.
I just one point. I don't know if you saw the interview he had. Just keep in mind that like when he started this, Sony helped him out a lot in making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna like resonate with him, right? So he's always gonna have some
So
affinity
he's
there.
bought and paid for.
Fair enough, right? And yeah, to a point, yes,
to the game,
right? But they did make it so that he could actually do the show, and then he finally got Xbox and Nintendo to get latch on. But Sony was like willing to actually do this, right? So he's gonna have like a little bit of like I don't know favoritism, I guess, to that because they helped him. I mean, it is what it is, right? When somebody gives you some help, you're like, okay, cool.
Like,
right?
sure.
He has taken over the industry, like with the summer show now, and of course the
Gotta turn
show
D-Batch
near
up.
Christmas. Can you hear
And
me
he's
better?
he's
Can you
gonna
hear
have
me?
something at the with the Gamescom stuff too, right? He usually does something around there too.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
The
Yeah.
the old model is dead, but I'll say the spirit in a sense is still alive of E3. Maybe it's not everybody in one place.
Yeah, I
but
think
we're
it's still there. Yeah,
We're
Just
still getting the
digital now.
events on the same weekend. Yeah, it's just digital basically.
Yeah,
And everything is turning digital. Like TV's fucking dead. Like who has cable anymore? Everyone gets their news
I
from
know, right?
Twitter, fucking YouTube, internet, streaming devices. So this is the way to go, man. And I don't want to get to the topic beforehand, but I'm really happy about someone's decision later on in the show. So we'll get to that.
Definitely. We did talk about Ubisoft. We're going to get into something regarding what, some of the things they're going to be talking about more of. But Drawn TJ, shout out to him. He says, I'll listen tomorrow on demand at work. Everybody have a great show. Hit the like button, guys. Continue the great work. Thank you very much, man. I do appreciate it. The $5 super chat. Ubisoft, there was a little leak. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Did you get the one before that?
I
You
think-
want to read that one?
I think I did.
Infurious one. Okay.
I think I did, but you can read it again if you want while I get the comments up.
Infurious one, $5. Pony cheers will be flowing if Xbox Series X. Yeah, I think you did read this one. Single player. Yep, you did read it. Yep. I remember it right.
Shout out to
Yep.
Infurious One, and shout out to the crew.
Yep.
I guess it's a new game from Ubisoft. Listen, I'm not a fan of the crew, but I'm looking at this trailer with a little bit of hope because there's not much competition out there right now for racers. There's just not. There's Forza has crushed everything, and there used to be so much, and Need for Speed has kind of fallen away. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that game anymore. And then you got the crew, and then Ubisoft forgot to put interesting, good shit in there to do with good physics, and now they got a new one now. This will be the third. It has leaked early, but then they since posted a teaser of it and actually announced an announcement of the game. So the Crew Motorfest is actually the name of the game. It's set in the Hawaiian Islands. This game is going to look pretty good, but what are you expecting from this, D-Batch?
I don't know, man. The other crews, it wasn't like it was a bad game. It was a pretty good game. It was fun, like in bursts, but it just wasn't a lot of replayability for me, man. And
it's famous for that giant map, right? Like you cross the United States, it's like a miniature version of it. Yeah,
it kind of got tedious and repetitive after some time. And when you're playing like Forza Horizon and then you go play a game like this, it's just doesn't hit the same way, right? So I don't know what the new trailer looks like. I'm gonna look at it, as we're doing the show, but I have hope for it because the core mechanics weren't bad. It just needed to expand on it. It was just like vanilla, you know what I'm saying? So let's see.
It was called The Crew, and your crew was like 6 cars. Like even Horizon 4 you could have bigger crews, quote unquote.
They had DLC, and you started to expand across the country, and they had a bunch of DLC for that game too. So, and I think there was a couple graphics updates too, where they kind of overhauled the graphics a little bit too.
Yeah.
So
I got a question for Zalker and Forte. Why do you guys think they didn't know Motorfest was not the right thing to call it?
I have
the
no
Crew
idea,
Motorfest.
Why?
Like,
I don't even understand. Like I don't even like the Crew. Like I'm not a big racing fan. Like
why don't you like
it's
it?
just not my. I don't know, man. Like I played it I think for 20 minutes, and I was like, I just don't give a shit. Like I don't care. It's not Forza Horizon, man. Like Forza Horizon, I play everything, and when I play it, I feel really good playing it. And that's
it feels good to play.
It does. It feels good. It looks good. Everything just really good about it. And so when I play the Crew, that's just not on that level because maybe I'm spoiled. I'm just like this.
Well, they try to do too much in the Crew. I feel like because of the whole across America going from one player. I think you go from LA to Chicago. It's like the race across the country with the Crew. And it's like where Forza, it's like a specific or particular area that they flesh out, looks really good. It's a lot you can like kind of make out certain things. And in this game, it's like, oh, there's this
I think it takes 45 minutes to drive across the map. Like
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It takes, I mean, it takes almost that just to run around one area of Forza, and then you look at this game where it says, oh, that thing that's like supposed to be 24 hours away takes literally 45 minutes.
Well,
So
Forte, you've said this to me multiple times, like on several occasions. It's not the size of the map; it's how you use it.
no,
That's the crew's problem. And I don't know why you.
exactly.
I never understood why you said that to me until now.
Holy smokes! I'm just watching this trailer now, and man, it is biting season over at Ubisoft
Biting.
because this
Oh.
game, it
What the hell is biting?
Yeah, who you biting?
When you talking about
when
that,
you
you
talk
fighting
about
this-
steal something.
you talk about
It
that
looks- it looks-
Splatoon.
It looks no, this looks a lot like Forza Horizon. They're trying to
Are you surprised?
capture the same.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
like, what do you
actually,
mean?
I'm surprised. My first time seeing it. Yeah,
Copy something that works, man.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
okay,
they're
this thing's got a knee on our like our face right now. We're trying to figure out what it is. Oh, that's Forza. Let's just copy it and maybe we can get up. I don't
You're like,
think
why
that's going to
haven't you
be
chose a skill
and
yet in your game?
because I wanted to go like
like.
longer and actually fucking fight them and then see the difference when I upgrade, which you will see.
I hate you.
Yeah.
and they've done this. They've done this with another game. I don't know if you guys seen it. I forget the freaking name of the game, but they kind of bit Call of Duty as well. It's in beta right now or something.
Small of Duty.
I don't know. Maybe Hargeet's seen it, but it's a shooter and it's just like Call of Duty, man. Like it's just online.
I mean, everybody
Are-
mimics anybody, man. Like Valorant is literally Counter-Strike with abilities. Like
Yeah.
it just is what it is.
But at
right?
least it does it well.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
yeah, Valorant does do it well. I mean, CS is still GOAT, but
Fucking
That's
OB.
true.
OB, remember 46 months press X to be bored? I coined that term. That's a
Nice.
shout out to MBG's podcast. But again, the crew Motorfest, say it with me, is going to be revealed here sooner than later at Ubisoft Showcase. What else might they reveal besides Assassin's Creed 1 again?
Splinter Cell.
Which again,
The,
if you watched last week's show, you know what I'm
I
talking
know
about.
everybody's talking Splinter Cell, but apparently there was a leak about 2 weeks ago that their Star Wars game is closer than people think, and they announced that I think like 2 years ago. So it'll be about 3 to 4 years till like they might announce it either this year for a 2-year release window or next year. But they were talking about that big open world Star Wars game that's being created by Forte. What are you doing to your
Which
fucking
one of y'all's
mic, bro?
playing with one of those miniature
That's not
skateboards?
me.
It's somebody.
Using
But
your fingers to skate
anyways,
around.
they're talking about that. I think it's who's the Massive.
It's in Massive Entertainment that does
Massive
Division.
Entertainment that does Division is working on that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe see something like that. But for sure, we're going to see the Avatar game. The Avatar game, I'm really excited for it.
It's-
It sounds cool. Hopefully, it's going to be fucking awesome.
We
Wait,
already know
wait, we're
that's-
not going
it-
to see
it
Game of the
sounds-
Year, Skull and Bones?
What? What happened? Yeah. No, Skull
You're
and
not
Bones is still
invited to
asking you to
JP's
close your
show
curtains when you
anymore.
play it, so you're not going to be seeing that. God, what a clusterfuck and $100 million worth of wasted money. You know what? Avatar movie, or the game, the fucking second movie was garbage, in my opinion. It was really a
I
movie
haven't
about a
seen it.
whale, by the way. But really, the game hopefully doesn't take after that at all and is pretty good. I'm also wanting to know more about the other Assassin's Creed, the real one they're really working on, which has something to do with tying players together, right? Like stitching different eras together. As
Yeah,
well
they have some sort of
as-
like hub universe thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's going to be ladies there, Hargeet.
Oh.
Ladies. What
Are they gonna have clothes on?
What else was it that you don't have to get it more creepy, Forte? Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. It was going to be Star Wars. They're working on their Star Wars game, right? Which Zalka's right. You probably will see some kind of trailer. But the other
maybe this
Star Wars
year, but for
1313,
sure
the
next
guy
year.
that made that trailer one was so hyped for the game that never came out, right? Star Wars 1313. He apparently went to Sony.
Oh yes.
And then he just left Sony. So maybe Microsoft called him. That'd be cool. Or maybe he hasn't made anything great and we're just talking.
That's probably what it is.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. Probably he made a trailer and everybody was like, "Yeah, never mind."
Well, he led that whole
That trailer
demo.
was
Yeah.
that was fire, man. That was like we're still talking about it to this day.
I gotta rewatch it.
Even with Jedi Survivor, which is incredible.
Yeah.
But still, give me Star Wars 1313. That scene when they're breaking through the I don't know. in the space station there, and they're jumping onto the fucking ship. Oh my gosh, man!
Hey, shout out to Dark CMF. He's a member for 36 months. He's stitched together like a pony stampede. He's talking about the Assassin's Creed game. But other than those things, anything else from Ubisoft you're looking for an announcement for, or have heard anything about that you're excited for? Anybody?
Also, outside of the Assassin's Creed Mirage, I want to know what Assassin's Creed Infinite is. The one that the people, Ubisoft Quebec, the people that made Odyssey, and then made Phoenix Rising, and then not to mention, there's been a Phoenix Rising rumor that they're making a second one. So, or what is it? Immortals Phoenix Rising, whatever. Yeah, they're making a second one, but set in Polynesian mythos. So that sounds fucking awesome.
Hey,
And yeah.
What happened to Prince of Persia? The hell?
Yeah, that's something.
Oh, that remake. That's a good one. Yeah, good call. That one is, they pushed it back. They delayed it. I don't know if it got canceled. I don't think it did. Chat, keep us honest on that.
They moved it to one of their internal studios instead of the India one, right? And I don't know when they're going to actually actively work on it, but that's...
Why did they do that, you think?
Apparently they just couldn't get it to look right, so... yeah, whatever.
Can I just say that in your gameplay, you looked at your friends list and I was the only one that's on? Fucking no-lifing this game like a fucking degenerate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is actually surprising because I've seen a lot of people playing this game. But yeah, it must have been that time of day. You're at work, quote unquote, playing Diablo.
No, it was that night. You know it, bitch. I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
He said, I'm at work, bitch. Playing Diablo.
Didn't nobody want to play for that early access, man.
Docker, you got a meeting. Get the fuck out of here,
I gotta
Greg.
meet this fucking devil bitch and kill her in the game. Shit, she's bad. Yeah, I don't know. I just it's by the way, shout out to Risk It too. It's a Skull and Bones mini game of the year. Thanks for $2 Australian, as well as.
Shouldn't you be flying right now?
Wait,
yeah, Risk is going to E3.
Evil.
Quote unquote.
Yeah,
What's
he's
the
gonna
other
be here in
Ubisoft?
the morning.
Mm-hmm.
What's that other Ubisoft game? Fuck, I forgot the name. Evil something. Anybody remember it? They're supposed to announce it. They announced it like years ago. Beyond Good and Evil.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
what is it?
Oh
Beyond
yeah,
Good and
Beyond Good
Evil.
and Evil 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2. That one. So like
That's gonna be shown for sure. That's gonna.
They,
be
I
shown.
mean, I
You
feel
think
like
so?
that's ready.
It's like
Dude,
5 or 6 years old. They showed that.
Like they
that's
announced it
gotta
like
launch.
4 years ago, man.
Yeah, that's gotta launch.
Yeah, let us know if you've seen. There is some extended
we'll see.
gameplay of that, by the way, like flying around the ship and stuff. If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
that's
there
it.
was.
Yep,
there
I've
was.
seen it. Yes.
Yep, there was.
And even then, I was like,
I'm
what?
looking forward to
Amazing.
I'm looking forward to
Like the
Ubisoft
person who-
show,
who-
big time.
The
Yeah.
person who made that game left, so I don't like. We'll see.
Well, hopefully it
Wasn't it,
turns out well.
Isn't it UE5 as well?
I have no idea.
No, 5 years
If it's
ago. it was
UE5, then it'll take
this
another
fucking
20
thing
years.
started development in UE3. So it's like, where are we?
I don't even care. Batman Arkham Knight still looks better than most anything out, honestly, on ultra settings, and it's Unreal 3. I just, I don't know. Arkham Knight still looks phenomenal. You guys have to go back and look at this shit again. But again, chat, let us know what you think about Ubisoft's showcase. Is going to be something cool there. Are you excited for the Crew Motor Fest? And, of course, the Assassin's Creed games. A big shout out to East Texas Alex, $10 Super Jet. He says, just wanted to know what's everyone's most anticipated game for Xbox is this weekend showcase. And also hit the like button.
Most anticipated?
Most anticipated game at Xbox's showcase, Salker. Go.
Man,
Chat, let us know yours.
I will say Avowed, or I really want to see what Indiana Jones is all about.
So you're
Yeah.
thinking Indiana Jones is going to be old as fuck, 90-year-old Harrison Ford going to fly through the building?
I mean, who knows? I hope so. It'd be sick, but I know it's either Avowed or Indiana Jones. And then because I know people are saying Fable might be there, that's up there, but I feel like Avowed is closer to being played right now, and that's why I'm excited, because Avowed is that fantasy fucking awesome, like Elder Scrolls type of thing that I'm hoping it could be. And after that first trailer we saw 3 years ago, I've just been starving for anything from it, and I can't wait. That's just me, man.
Hey, shout out to One Bad Mother and Xbox Obi, by the way, who says Xbox has almost zero reason to show third party when they have 75 studios. I know he's kidding, but they did already confirm they're going to have their global talent there as well. Third parties will be there in some shape or fashion, and I think that's a good decision. I would rather them not avoid that, as we've seen them do before, and anyone that does that seems to be, it's got a little lackluster, in my opinion. But let me...
You're lackluster.
You're lackluster. Here's the thing that made me lackluster.
I'm looking at the topics. I don't know. Did you Did you see that Blizzard also announced that Diablo is their fastest selling game in the history of the company?
How many sell?
They didn't put the number. They just said it's the fastest selling game they have in the history of the company.
Why wouldn't they put the
So
number?
and so people know for context, Shadowlands sold 3.5 million copies in one day.
Shadowlands.
So Shadowlands was the World of Warcraft Shadowlands expansion.
Oh, they're counting like DLC.
Yeah, so it's insane. They had over I think they had over 3 or 4 million players before the game even launched. So that's just Ultimate Edition.
Damn.
So
Of Diablo?
Of Diablo 4, yeah.
You remember Fallout 4 sold 12 million in a day? Get good.
Jeez. Get good.
Now what that was the stores ordering that many copies because they knew they'd sell through them, but yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like this game is massive, and this is why in the beginning of the show I brought up Final Fantasy, because Square Enix was talking about how they're worried about the sales numbers for Final Fantasy because the pre-orders are exponentially below what the last game was, and like insanely slow, and they're really worried about it. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, everybody's like, oh, it's because they milked the franchise, but when you look at everything, like we had Jedi Survivor, Zelda, and now Diablo 4
and Motorfest.
And Motorfest and Street Fighter. And I just think that there's just way more competition, and the games that are coming out, like especially Zelda and Diablo, that's hundreds of hours. And I think people forget how impactful Blizzard is.
When is this Final Fantasy game supposed to come out?
In like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Forte, you better buy some copies, man. What the fuck?
Nah,
yeah.
I'm good, bro.
You're gonna start giving them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be on Diablo for a while. That's how most people are thinking right now, and I think Square Enix forgot. And don't mess around and fuck around with Blizzard.
I don't think they got anything to worry about. Like, you pre-order a game a day before it comes out now, and it's on your console.
Well, no, they're looking at it from like the last one where it was at the same timetable, and it's like
what year
70% below.
I mean, there's multiple headaches for them, right? They decided to first go one console, not even PC.
Yep.
And that console has an install base issue because it doesn't have the same install base as the consoles did when 15 came out. And they're limiting their market. So I don't know how many players actually have an attach rate for Final Fantasy on the current install base of PS5.
And it's not on PS4, right, for those asking.
It's not on PS4. It's a PS5 only game, which limits what you have. It's just that was a bad decision. But hey, that's what they did, right? If they put a day and date in PC, they get like 1 billion players that could potentially buy it, right? So they limited themselves. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
On top of that, games, especially stuff coming from Square, have been hit or miss, and people are going to now wait and like, is this good or not? It might look good on trailers, and then you're like, this game sucks. So people have been bitten enough. They're like, just going to wait, right? And as you said, Diablo's out, and it's a freaking hit, and people can spend their time there, and they'll get to Final Fantasy when they get to Final Fantasy.
I'm just not surprised by it, though, Hardy, honestly, because like you said, PS5 only, and compare that to the last game, right? I mean, they're not even anywhere near the install base. So I'm kind of concerned why they're fucking even surprised. That's more shocking to me than anything else.
I guess the weird thing for me is that the game, like, I don't care about Final Fantasy, but the gameplay looks cool. Like I'm like this looks all right. Like I'd fuck around with it. I'd play it. But again, they launched around, to me right now, the game of the year in Diablo. Like they just launched around this thing that is going to. We've
had so many, right? Jedi Survivor came out. We got Zelda came out. We got this, Diablo came out. There's just too many. And there's
Street
really
Fighter 6, which has
game.
90 meta or whatever.
92 or something like that. Yeah, exactly. 92. And at least Street Fighter has going for it that it's a fighter game, right? It's different from these things. Whereas again, Final Fantasy 16 is another JRPG. It's gonna like RPG. It's competing for it's gonna be a multi-100-hour game. It's competing for time for these things. Like to your point, dealer, Square has been horrible on the business side.
Mm-hmm.
And this is yet another example of it.
Yeah, shocker. Not that many PS5s out there. Pre-orders might be lower, right? So,
like what people are saying. Oh, the amount that Sony paid for the exclusivity would have covered the amount of Xbox players. Like, what are you talking about? I know traditionally it does sell more on PlayStation, but Xbox players would have bought this freaking game, so it'd be an infinite amount more than what the fuck they have now. And furthermore, taking it off of PC made fucking zero fucking sense. Why would you take it off PC?
Sony wanted them to.
But
Sony
Sony,
won,
they're
yeah.
morons. It's a completely different fucking market because PC guys are not saying, "Oh my gosh, I gotta go get a PlayStation 5 for this game." They're like, "Fuck it."
You're talking
And
about the same. You're talking about the same company that took one of the most beloved Final Fantasies and put it only on PlayStation with Final Fantasy 7 and said we'll release it on PC later. You think they really care about Final Fantasy 16 just being exclusive to their platform? They
I don't know.
care. They don't care at this point, bro.
You got to also
from-
remember. You got to also remember that the remake, Final Fantasy 7 remake, whatever, on PC when it launched, it was really bad. Like
It
the
was
port
bad.
was the
Yeah,
port
it
was
was.
really really bad. So I understand if they need more time to figure it out on their end, but this is not the way you do it. And I think that also
Yeah.
pissed off a lot of people because when it came to PC, a lot of people were excited for it. And now it's just like, wow, what a shitty
don't-
ass port.
I don't think anybody would care if it's delayed because they need more time. They haven't even fucking announced the thing coming to PC. There's no word.
They said everybody
just on
said it was 6
PlayStation.
months. They said it was 6 months delay until it comes on PC. And then they were like, it might be longer than that. So like they're not even giving
Yeah.
like a solid timeline of
They
when
don't
this
have
is
an
coming to
incentive
PC.
to say otherwise either. Like
No, they don't. They don't.
Because
And
their
so
deals
it's
with
like
Sony and
and
I
I've
hope-
said this multiple times, and we said this last time. I don't give a fuck about publishers that decide to jump off of other other platforms. If you're gonna be like, all right, that's fine, I don't need this. I'm gonna go over here to just PlayStation, or I'm gonna even go here just to Xbox. I don't care. I don't feel bad for you when you're like, well, my sales hurt. No shit, Sherlock.
My sales.
they
Like-
must have agreed to a
you're
hell of a
fucking
deal from
dumb.
Jim Ryan. He paying out.
And
Like, I
I'll
don't give a
be
shit.
honest. I think
You
their
may.
model is. I think their model is flawed. Like even if you want to do a console exclusive deal, it should be something like a month. Get that bag for it to be a month on PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, and then the next month release it on the other platforms. You got the bonus from having exclusive, and some people because there's gamers out there that can't wait to play games, so they went and bought it on that platform, or maybe bought a console for that platform, whatever. And then 30 days later, it's on everything else, and you're raking in the cash. It just doesn't make sense. I understand the exclusives like Sony first party exclusives or Xbox first party exclusives, yes. But games that are traditionally like on all platforms, that's just a bad look, man. It shows me that the company is greedy and they don't really care about the gamers. Their bottom line is the money, which I do understand that. But as a developer, you would want your product to be out to as many people as possible. I think that's what grows franchises and that's what keeps them alive. So
And two,
that's my
you don't cultivate a wider audience, right? For something like Final Fantasy, who believe it or not, it still is. It's nowhere near as big as what a lot of people think, but it is a very popular franchise. And you don't expand to Xbox, then you're never going to get people to embrace it on that platform. And that's
I
really
agree.
what they're after. They're after more money, and you get that by doing those things.
Well, I mean, the Final Fantasy is actually it's pretty big. Like Final Fantasy 15 has like over
they're big.
like
They're
has
big
over
games.
10 or 15 million copies sold. Like
Yeah.
like you're saying, like this is a huge like it's a big franchise. Let's just
Yeah,
be
some
real.
people
It's a
just
big
think it's
franchise.
like billion. You get what I'm saying though, right? Like
Yeah,
it's,
no, I get what you're
pretty
saying. Some
big,
people are
it's
like,
up
it's
there.
one of the biggest things ever, and it's not. It's a big franchise, and it deserves, I guess, the respect it gets. But when you have that big fucking amount of people that like this game, and then you're like, well, we're gonna exclude tens of millions of customers. It's like, all right, well, fuck yourself.
I
Then.
mean,
You're
I
You're
wonder what they're
wizardary.
expecting, right? Because like how many are there up to? Like 32 million or something like that?
I don't know, but
consoles?
Dark Side says we should move on, and he's the boss.
40.
I guess. I mean, how rude of you,
Like, I
Dark
don't know
Side.
what they're expecting.
38 million, and I think 40 shipped or something like that.
No, he's right.
Yeah,
Dark Side's
so-
right.
So if they wanted like what 5 million, you're looking at over 10%. Like I don't know, like that's attach rate. That's pretty crazy. Like I don't know. We'll see what happens, right? So,
Yeah.
it'll eventually fix itself when they go to other platforms. But hey,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
did this.
Hey, moving on. Good luck, Square. Thumbs up,
Yep.
Chief.
One bad mother thinks is short-sighted as well. I think in the long run it'll definitely kick him in the ass. But hopefully it comes out and it's really great. I know there's some people that are really hyped for it. There's also some people that would be really hyped for these features that PlayStation implements them. According to some new patents, they are looking into something called Game Slice, which is a game jump tech. It's just fucking more copying what Xbox is doing. Let's call it what it is. So basically, quick resume, a game jump tech. And then they've got a service-wide game challenge scoreboard. Like, I guess that's an improvement to their trophy system, maybe. And then they've also got PlayStation Plus Premium expansions here. So for not only would it include mobile, but it also go to smart TVs, much again like Microsoft. So you're looking at more cloud shit here. This is what this is for. They're expanding to mobile. They're expanding to TVs. They're going to be making deals with TVs, which I can't stand that shit either. Here's an app. It's only on fucking Samsung TVs, though. Like, that's so dumb. It's a fucking app. I can't do xCloud on my OLED because your app has a contract with Samsung. I think it's stupid. Not.
Well, it's more than just the app, right? They actually worked on the latency of the TV itself to make it all work right with the controller. Right, so it's more than just that.
I'm sure the LG engineers could figure it out, in 5 seconds. Like, here's an update.
No, they can, and I think they're working with them as the next one, right? But it's just whatever. They have to kind of figure it out first, and now they can hopefully just replicate.
I'll say this though: there's a lot more Samsung TVs out there than LG. So from a penetration point of view, it wasn't really a bad deal.
Not my point, D-Batch. Okay. So what do you think about these patents, D? Game Jump Tech, Game Slice, blah blah.
I think they're just trying to do what Microsoft is doing, and we're seeing a lot of stuff like direct storage is starting to get some foothold on PC, and I think it's just gonna be a matter of time that PC is doing this as well. So it's the future; they should get on it. The PlayStation, as great as a console it is missing a lot of features of the competition, and I would like to be able to play one game and switch back and forth without having to shut the game down and reload it. So I think it's a good option, and hopefully they'll put it through. A lot of times they get patents and they don't do shit with it. So let's see.
Yeah, and Quick Resume has gotten a lot better, by the way. Even with online games, I've noticed I can jump back into, I can jump out of a game, it'll go into Quick Resume, like 2K23, and then I'll jump back in, like, after an hour sometimes, and I'm still sitting in the damn lobby. Like, I didn't disconnect, no issues there, so I expect that to get even better. Just keep improving on the consistency of that.
The achievements, when achievements don't pop because of Quick Resume.
I do get those late sometimes, or... Yeah,
or they just don't come up at all. I think I was in a party with Riskit and Jedi Knight and a couple people, and he was basically saying that none of his achievements were popping, and I was like, turn off the game, like completely quit it, then relaunch it because Quick Resume blocks it. And then he did, and then they all popped. And he was like, what the hell?
Definitely an issue with some games.
Yeah, definitely an issue. But as for these patents that they're doing and everything, it really does nothing for me.
What?
Like I don't play PlayStation enough to care about Quick Resume. When I play a PlayStation game, that's all I'm playing is that one game, and that's it. Like I don't have any third-party stuff on there that I care. Yeah, I'm not really doing anything on it. I'm playing that one game, like God of War, Spider-Man, whatever it is, and then I move on. So it does nothing for me. It's cool for people that are PlayStation-centric gamers that play all their stuff on there, cool stuff. But as me as a gamer, don't give a flying fuck. I play on my PC and I play on my Xbox, and that's all I really care about.
Well, I mean, how about this? What if I told you that you could put this little headset on and it costs you $3,500?
I say that better be one comfortable ass fucking headset.
You'd also say that's HoloLens 3. HoloLens 3 is...
Well, HoloLens 2. HoloLens 2. 3 isn't out yet, right?
Pretty sure there's what... Man, let me double check.
Have they announced a 3?
What?
I thought it was HoloLens 2. Maybe I
it's the Apple thing.
No, hang on. Let me find this.
The $3,500 thing is
That's
the Apple.
Yeah. There is a HoloLens that is $3,500.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm referencing, but I just got to double check
that's
this.
HoloLens 2. Yeah.
So maybe the price thing came down, Hargeet. Why don't you got one?
I have the original one.
Oh shit.
So
you actually own a HoloLens?
What was that?
You actually own a HoloLens?
Yes.
Oh my god. I tried the original one, and the technology was pretty cool, man. Like just seeing it right in front of your face, and the detail of it, and it's like it's stationary. It's fucking there no matter where you move. That was pretty cool. But what turned me off from the original HoloLens was the field of fucking view. It's so tiny, and the fact that it's not blacked out, so you're not completely immersed. And some of the features that are actually I guess we're talking about it now on the Apple Vision Pro were features that I wanted, and I was thinking, oh, this would be awesome if it was actually on this device. So kudos to Apple with the device, man. Are we getting right into that right now?
Actually, some new stuff popped up here. I don't know if this is it's not anything Xbox fans are going to want to hear, but Forspoken now has more concurrent players than Redfall on PC. Now on PC. On PC. But that's Forspoken, guys.
3 or something.
It's probably 3 people on it.
Yeah,
but like by 3 or so, it's like 120 to 180.
The tight race down there.
Yeah, oh my gosh, come on.
It's like whatever.
Slow news day for that site.
Fucking A,
exactly.
dude. They're fucking race to the bottom.
Yeah,
I beat you in the mud, bitch.
Like, hang on, Battlefield, I'm next to you.
Let me dig this great. Battlefield's actually doing pretty decent. That's the fucking bitch of it.
I was like,
somebody sent me a picture of
us with them.
somebody sent me a picture of Nick Marcel. He's like the king of racers. He got Gran Turismo, pictures of Gran Turismo 1 or some shit in there. You probably wouldn't even know the difference. There's all kinds of stuff people are saying. There's been a lot of fake leaks and bullshit going around too, like every year.
Yeah.
What are some of the greatest takes there, Zocker?
Greatest takes I've ever seen is
I'm talking about this year. Now, I did see a forest creature with the Sony PlayStation event say that you don't bring a diaper or whatever fuck he said. And
oh yeah,
that was a pretty bad one because he lied about hearing a bunch or knowing a bunch of good stuff was there.
Yeah, I didn't know shit.
Oh shit.
The worst thing honestly is that for 18 months Sony was fucking chilling and everybody including me, Hargeet, were like, "Yo, I think they're going to come with a Thunder." And it was just
They
a
came
fucking
with nothing.
and they came with absolutely nothing.
Hang on,
to
what'd
the
you just
point
say?
where everybody they came with nothing.
You said that you and Hargeet were saying that Sony showcase wasn't gonna have nothing.
No, we were
No,
saying
we
that
thought it was going to be great.
we thought it was going to be
Yeah,
great,
we
and
all
then
did.
they came with nothing.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
Yeah, we were just like we were like, cool, competition's gonna run rampant, and then Sony came out. We're like, nah, bitch, here's a movie trailer.
I'm
We're
like,
all
I'm
right,
like, y'all
thanks.
motherfuckers forgot about all their trash shows because they really do make some bad shows. Remember the one in a tent? That was great.
I think the flute guy. I think the best take is the guys that are saying, "Oh no, Sony was holding back, man. They're waiting to see what Microsoft does. Then they're gonna release all the good stuff in their next show." Like, come on.
The best thing I heard was when I was on my show, and I basically said like, oh, maybe they have a second show like they did in 2020, and then all of a sudden, all these people are like, there might be a second show in September, and I'm like, bro, like
No.
we're
To
just
take something that's
talking.
regurgitated like online
Yeah,
and just
I'm
type
like,
it out.
dude. Like
No.
I'm just talking here. Like I don't know shit. Nothing is happening, and I guarantee you, there's not a show.
People
And if there is
quoted
a
you
show,
on that?
Listen,
they didn't quote
what
me. They're
the
just saying
fuck?
all of a sudden they're like, oh, it's gonna happen, and I'm like,
wait,
no,
that started
dude.
with you? Oh,
D-Badge made 5
fucking-
videos about it. They were each 10 minutes long.
Okay.
Soccer's the
No,
pony
it-
insider.
10 minutes and 3. I am the insider. I gave all those people hope. Fuck them.
It was such a ridiculous notion, though, to think that after 18 months, when Sony has all eyes on them, they separate themselves from everybody else's show, have a whole fucking 2-3 weeks, month of relevancy, and they're gonna drop that fucking trash. Come on, man.
Oh my god, it was bad.
Number one
Come
thing,
on.
all I gotta say is when we've said this multiple times before, anybody that says they know about the Sony showcase is a fucking liar. Nobody knows. Sony doesn't talk to nobody. Just
No.
don't listen. It was all speculation. And all the hype that we were hearing and all that, it's just done. And then finally you hear factions is like basically almost canceled at this point. It's you just sit there and wait, people. That's all it is. And then listen to what the executives are saying. Jim Ryan has been talking about games as a service for 2.5 years. That is what's you're going to see in Sony for a very long time.
And
That's
and
what
if
they
you look,
pivoted to.
and if you look at their financial meetings, whatever that they had, it states that as well. So they're going heavily against games as a service games. So is what it is, man. Enjoy it while it lasts, because they clearly don't have anything to really show, because that was the time to fucking show it. All eyes are on you. There's no fucking show. There's no Xbox show the next day. There's no Ubisoft or EA show the next day to get some of the shine off of you. You had all of gamers' attention and you dropped fucking duty.
All I'm saying
okay.
is just wait for the next shows that come
So
up.
back to HoloLens and back to Apple.
Yeah. So HoloLens 3, it's definitely in development, like you guys were saying. It is supposed to be a more meaningful upgrade. Microsoft says there's no point in doing it. It will focus on displays, tracking, some kind of weird built-in hand job machines, sensors, and of course battery life. But is it going to be completely wireless though?
And it's also going to have the form factor of glasses, right? So it's going to be something much more useful.
So you're talking,
but yeah, that's
pretty penny.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. Like, hopefully, it'll also be more consumer-friendly pricing-wise. But
yes, the price. Like, I don't understand these companies make a lower tier version for consumers. We understand you want to have.
It's not really for consumers though. And what's the point if you got to compromise on what it could do? It's there to do what it can do. You know,
do one for the businesses and the enterprises, and
one for D-Badge.
and one
Yeah,
for like
but I
regular
mean, yeah,
consumers. That'd be a smarter model in my
Hmm.
opinion.
it's a very hard thing to even sell into enterprise because you have to have a good use case for it, and there are other cheaper models that can do point use cases as needed, right? So
So this Apple
it's
thing,
not
right?
really
Hargy,
like, yeah.
this Apple, because there's already websites with headlines, Sony's PSVR under threat from this Apple VR headset they announced. For people that don't know
No.
anything about this,
No.
sum it up as fast as you can. What did Apple debut, and why is it special? And we can go to D after that.
It's a mixed reality headset, so it's not just VR. So it gives you VR, but it also gives you AR, which is really the future, anyways. The problem is it's a very, very expensive device, and it's all based on whatever's in the iOS store, right? So that can expand, and that's cool. I do like that they're trying to put their thing there, but you'll get a foothold here. But at $3,500, it's just not something that the average consumer is going to look at.
Mhm.
And unless you have an
No.
install base, just like VR, it's not going to take off. And you need to basically make experiences that are useful. There's gaming, but going beyond gaming, there's other things you could do in that kind of mode that could be very useful. This could replace your telephone, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Cool. But at $3,500, your
Yeah.
adoption is going to be so ridiculously low that
Yeah.
it's just not going to be enough of a market for somebody to go make the software. Now, if they're making free stuff that people just want, like, I want to hack around and do something, cool, but HoloLens exists. And it probably is going to have more install base than this because that was actually marketed to business.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the point of this thing is, but we'll see, right?
The
If
point of
was
it is to be
$1,000,
$3,500 and have a
it's
2-hour battery
viable.
life.
Now,
Yeah, that's another
2-hour
major
battery
problem.
life.
2 hours. 2 hours. Like, that's just ludicrous. But now it's also got this, like, a battery that is it goes into your pocket with a wire up to the device. The device also, by the way, unlike everybody else, is using metal instead of plastic, which means it's going to be heavier. So it's going to be a massive strain on your freaking face. I don't know what they're thinking with that one, but okay, they must have done some ergonomics testing to see how it goes.
It's the
And maybe the 2
same-
hours is a blessing because you
Well,
won't want it on your face.
2 hours
Come
of
on.
gym, and then I'm done.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh my
so-
god.
So looking more into it, like a day after seeing like the actual hands-on and reviews, Hargeet is right. I was under the impression with the tethered battery pack that it would be lighter, and that was the reason why they did that. So you'd have a nice, light, comfortable headset because they want you in this shit like for a long time. The reviewers are saying that this shit is heavy, like it's heavy because of the metal, because of the glass. It's pretty heavy, and you do not want a fucking heavy VR device. So right
No.
there, that's a big fail. But I gotta say, the technology in it is like fucking mind blowing. Like the shit that it can do, how you can expand it out to like 120-foot TV, and how you can dim the lights in your room, even when the fucking lights are on, it'll dim it for you, like in a sense that it looks like it's dimmed, or you can just black out the room completely and create it to whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Mhm.
I think is really cool. The media consumption, the productivity that you can do on this is fucking awesome. And I know some other headsets do similar stuff, but not quite as good. You don't need any fucking controllers. You're doing everything with your hand, and from all accounts, it's like fucking seamless. Like there's no fucking glitching. It's fucking magic. It does it.
If anything,
And-
there's gonna be a lot of people that copy maybe some small innovations they come up with or whatever they do with it.
Right.
Ultimately, it's a
And-
headset that I don't care.
And
about.
I think the key thing is the clarity of it. Each eye is more than 4K resolution. Each fucking eye.
It better
So
be.
you're getting a very clear image that's gonna look like fucking real life. You're not gonna
Well-
basically know you have the headset on per se because it's gonna be so fucking clear.
Hmm.
But like everybody noted, the price $3,500. Did you? I watched some clips of
Jesus Christ.
the live thing,
Yeah.
and the crowd when they said the price, the crowd just went like they just gasped. They couldn't
Because
believe.
they were like, oh, it's cheaper than I
price
thought.
of
It's
it.
Apple.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But I gotta say this after
I
like
was
really
expecting
thinking about
D-Bash,
it.
hurry up.
Yeah, after thinking about it though, honestly, I kind of want to say it's not gonna have a lot of penetration, but then I
Yes,
gotta
it is.
think, then I gotta think
All right,
about
we're gonna come back to
fucking
this because
Apple.
I wanted to do
Then I
this whole
gotta
thing
think-
at the end for you.
Oh,
I had it
well,
as for you as a topic, actually.
okay, so we'll do it at the end.
Motherfucker going off on a tangent in a little tiny shoebox.
Oh yeah, man, because this is it has a lot of implications on the future of how we consume
Uh-huh.
stuff, but I just think they're going about it the wrong
Well,
way.
we definitely
But
want
we'll talk about it later.
to remind me if I don't remember, and remind me, but it's definitely at the bottom of the topic. So,
At the bottom.
rapid fire news here. I just want to throw some of this stuff out here. Xbox are they're improving some download speeds on the console, which is good. You got that gigabit, like a lot of places are getting it. It's kind of common now. You can get it for $100, $150, depending on where you live. You don't even need fiber. They found a way to do it over copper, which was initially impossible. But of course, technology and bullshit finds a way. So yeah, your download speeds are getting improved. You should notice that if you are in the insiderist. And I have done some. I've noticed more consistent download for sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to test this some more. I haven't had to download too much lately. Western Digital. Yeah, it is. The more the better. Western Digital. And by the way, there's still people that don't know this. When you're playing a game, you're only getting 30 meg download, right? Like you have to quit the game. Yes, I know this has been widely known, but people still don't know this in parties that I'm talking to. So if you want the thing to download as quick as possible, don't play any games. And yeah, it's a sacrifice you have to make, but you'll get a lot more speed. Otherwise, you're limited to 30 meg, and that's to preserve the I/O and the performance of the box because you're playing a game, right? So they don't let you download much more than that. If you want to play games and store more games, you'll have to get these new Western Digital SSD cards they just announced and they're coming out with. So basically, the cool thing about these, for one, it's the first one not made by Seagate, right? Competition, and that results in a smaller price. So the 512 gigabyte one is $79, and the terabyte is $150, which again, $80 for 500 gigs. Like I see a lot of people going for that. Not too bad. That's like Red Dead 2 or something.
And before this announcement came, we got like the hints of it coming, and Seagate had to drop their prices, so they matched the prices. So competition's good. It's always good.
Definitely. How many of these are you gonna buy, Hargate?
I already have a 2 terabyte, so.
And that thing's like almost $500.
I paid the exorbitant prices. Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't do it. I got a 1 terabyte, and that's just gonna have to do me, man. That price is just like brutal. I'll give it to Sony there. Their upgrade path is much better. Like I can get like a 2 terabyte hard drive SSD for like 130 Canadian. Which is
if
like
you want to do it yourself, 100%, I agree. But it does come with a lot more headaches. I'll be honest.
Guess what? Really. I delete games, so
you only got one installed anyway.
Well, I delete games when I'm done with them, but yeah, otherwise I don't care.
What you mean? I only got one?
How many of these expansions do you sell at GameStop?
On average, probably 2 a week.
2 a week.
That's not bad.
About 2 a week. We sell them. I mean, I people always ask like, should I get it? I was like, if you don't like deleting games, absolutely. He said, yeah, I'd like to have like 9 and 10 games.
He's like, I don't like to re-download the shit. That's a problem.
Well, you don't even have to do that. You could just move them to your external hard drive if you got one, and then move it back. That's what true. I do.
Yeah, and there is an option if you push on the storage, you push start. You can actually tell that storage that, hey, I belong to this Xbox, and it's supposed to help it not explode as often or whatever. So $80 for the 500 gig. Remember the 360 when you got the hard drive for that was $100 by itself, and that was 20 gigs. You know, 500 here for 80 SSD. Obviously better in every way for obvious reasons. I don't think it's a horrible price, honestly.
Nah, I mean, the fact that you can go out, reasonable. It's definitely reasonable. I just think that, having it locked proprietary behind, what they have it on is what the downside of it is because of, like I see people, we sell 2 terabyte 980 Evo Pros for $150 for PlayStation. And it was like almost like, I don't even play on my PlayStation that much, but I'll buy one of these just because it's cheap enough to the point where I'm like, I can have all my games installed at one time, because I don't think any gamer doesn't want to have their games installed. It's just, I don't want to pay that much money for something that shouldn't be that much.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're right. And that's definitely one benefit of the model and the method Sony have chosen. But I think there are some other benefits to Microsoft's method. Hopefully the price keeps coming down on those.
There's also a way around Microsoft's method. You can buy an enclosure, and there's it's a special SSD that you got to buy, and then you can actually do it yourself for a lot cheaper. So it's the proprietary bullshit, because if I could do it cheaper, it's the vendors that are raising the price on this, and Microsoft really needs to do something about that, because I think if the storage was a lot more affordable, they'd sell more of them and perhaps sell even more consoles, right? Because that is definitely a benefit of the PlayStation, that you can upgrade your PlayStation your hardware, your
I
software,
mean, how many people
SSD
actually do
yourself,
that?
right?
Yeah.
And how many, like
A lot of
it's
people do it.
it's a
A
Actually,
nice
a
lot of
lot.
people.
add on.
Yeah,
I'm
people
sorry. I'm
do
sorry
it.
to tell you,
Are
but
you
a lot
talking
of
like
people do that.
30%? Are you talking 80%?
I'm talking
Are
more
you
than that. I'm
talking
talking
D,
like
D,
about
I think there's a bigger
40.
problem. I think there's a bigger problem because at least with my Series X, I got a couple Samsung T5s hooked up to it as well, so everything's on some kind of solid state storage, and I can transfer those games at will. Does Sony ever fix the thing where if you download it on OneDrive, it stay there? You got to delete it and re-download it again, or
Nope, that's still there. That's the
Really?
most dumbest.
I thought
yeah,
they
that's
fixed it.
no.
so
that's
you
the
can't even
dumbest
transfer
thing.
a game to a next gen drive, quote unquote, from an
I'm
older
not
hard
sure.
drive. I mean, that's a bigger issue to me than.
Put it
than
this way, like it's just like if you bought, like, say, if you had a digital copy of the game and you went to go get a physical copy because maybe the physical copy was on sale and it went outside of their service. If you wanted to play that game off the disc, you would have to literally delete the install of the digital one just to reinstall it again off of the disc, and vice versa, the same way, the other way around. If you want to get rid of your disc and play it digitally, you could buy the license for it, but the game won't recognize that it's a digital download. It will say, "Oh, you have to reinstall this game," and it's pretty stupid.
we know
the
that
way they
thing's
have
downloaded
it.
shit slow as fuck. It takes 5 hours for an update on the PS5.
That's like a stupid handshakes issue. That's
Yeah,
really
it's
stupid.
been like that since PS4 too. So
I've never had to actually do that, so like I have enough storage, and usually when I'm done with a Sony game because there's single player experiences, I delete them.
Carolina gamers like, what? You can't transfer fucking game? Yeah, like you can't. And also, when you play games, it doesn't automatically store your save on the cloud. Just so you know.
yeah,
Some
I
things
have a
we
lot of
take for
people
granted
that
for
get
sure.
mad at that. A lot of people get mad about that. They'll come in, it's like, "Oh, how do I transfer my games over?" I was like, "Well, you kind of need to keep your place. You kind of need to do that before you bring your PlayStation in to trade it in, huh?" Yeah, it doesn't do it automatically.
Oh shit! Hey,
Welcome to PlayStation.
wow.
Yeah, you gotta do it from the console itself, and then it transfers it to the other console. Yeah.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Greatness awaits for you to copy things manually.
Hey, Hargy, if you want to catch
man.
us on these chats, brother, and then big shout out to
Sure.
Dreadpool. I think he's drunk. And so many
All
other
right.
guys in the chat.
Dark CMF member for 36 months. Stitched together like a pony centipede.
Mhm.
Oh my.
Shout out to Dark Zima.
Risk it for the biscuit. Buddy, why aren't you in the air? Shouldn't you be like coming here already?
He's doing
I
it
thought
from the
you
air.
were-
Fuck airplane mode.
Yeah, right. Australian $3. Skull and Bones mini game of the year.
Mhm.
Fire. Yep. Meat Puppet 007, $5. Why most anticipated Xbox game? Is it fully complete one? Okay.
His most anticipated Xbox game is a fully complete one. Shout out to Meat Puppet.
That's fucked up.
Sure.
That's any
Uh,
game these days. I feel like if it's complete, we're like, holy shit, this is polished.
I know, right? Hi-Fi
Welcome to
Rush.
Diablo.
Yeah. Hi-Fi Rush
Clipso
was one.
3. Yep, Hi-Fi Rush is one of them. Clipso 3, member for 11 months. Yo, great show, guys. Keep killing it.
Shout out to Calypso.
Assassin 89, member for 12 months. My most anticipated game, Hellblade 2, Starfield, and Fable.
And he says, you? Man, I still have to say Forza, just because I know I'll be playing that, sooner than those other games, except for, with the exception of maybe Starfield. I'm looking forward to that. But what are you looking forward to, Hargy, the most?
So my this is just a random hope, I guess, but like there is an Indiana Jones movie coming out, and it's about that time frame for Machine Games to release the next game, which is supposed to be Indiana Jones. I would love to have a freaking like either semi shadow drop or just shadow drop of Indiana Jones coming. I think it's June 30th or something along that lines is the movie to come out along the movie or just before or like the day of the showcase, something along those lines. That would be like awesome.
So you're looking forward to Indiana Jones the most. You want him to shadow drop
look,
that
I already
bitch.
know about the other games. Right? I just want to I don't know what this game is, right?
Mhm.
So hopefully it's really good, and it's from a studio that makes some pretty good games. And I want to see what they can do with it. And it's Todd Howard, his idea of what he wants to do with Indiana Jones. So, it just seems like a good potential option there, and it could potentially just come out now. That would be fantastic if they could pull that off. It would just that would rock the freaking showcase right there. Like, hey, we're just dropping this. It's coming out in a week. Holy crap! Like, imagine that happening, right?
Yeah, just put an Indiana Jones skin in Wolfenstein.
Sort of, right? Sort of, but I mean, it's the
Dual
story,
machine
whatever
guns?
the plot is, right? And again, it's a Todd Howard thing, right? So
They are
I'm
really good at story,
hoping
though,
it'll be
right?
good.
Machine Games. You play Wolf
So,
2?
I've played 1 and 2. Yeah.
The story is like the Wolfenstein 2. People still skip this game for some reason. The narrative in that game is incredible, and it doesn't hesitate to tackle everything that is necessary to get a story across. It's really, really good. Zalker loved it. Everyone I know loved it. But go ahead.
Really good fucking.
You can grab these last couple, Hargate. Appreciate you.
Yep. And then we have Phase 23 Book of New York, $20. Final Fantasy 16 is PS5 only, and Spider-Man 2 is PS5 only. So you guys are thinking Spider-Man 2 is going to flop also? I wouldn't call it flop.
For one, we didn't say it's going to flop. Okay, Face, just be clear.
Yeah, but I would caution it. Like Spider-Man 2 will do Spider-Man numbers because Spider-Man had a lot larger install base to go into.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it'll do well, right? But it may not hit the same numbers. But it's okay. It'll eventually get there, right? They will sell enough consoles, and eventually it will come to PC. It will get there, but just be just recognize that it is going to hit a smaller install base,
which is common sense, right?
People need to remember that this is going to be, I think, unless Forspoken, but for first party only, for Sony, Spider-Man 2 is their first PS5, basically only outside of Ratchet and Clank and Returnal, which again didn't set the world on fire with sales.
It did. Ratchet did pretty good though. A million when there was only 6 million PS5s out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a million's okay, but like God of War was it 11 or 12 million?
I'm saying though, when there was only 6 million
PS5. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but I think that Spider-Man isn't going to sell as much as the first one.
Yeah,
that's just me. Like, I mean, and that's something that a lot of people have talked about. Even like I think Shady said that too on So Shady on Zealots of Gaming. Then he said the same thing. Like, it's just the install base. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just numbers game. It's
are people
statistics.
like talking about like it would, or are they?
I mean, some people think it's gonna like blow. Like to me, I think it's gonna push units. I think they're gonna have maybe, as what the rumor is, like a slim PS5, and then like bundle it together, and that might fucking just go insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I who knows what it's gonna do? Like, I'm sure it's gonna do well. Like, I'm gonna be one of the fuckers that buys it and plays the shit out of it. So.
I mean, hopefully it like eclipses 10 million, but I mean it is just a numbers game, right? We'll see. Right? We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. The next one, risk it for the biscuit again, Australian $8. But Xbox guys don't buy games. That's why we don't have games. We don't deserve them. Besides, if it were on Xbox, that would make the game worse.
It's all sarcasm for those that don't
I'm
pick
gonna say
that
this
up.
right now.
Of course.
I've heard in multiple podcasts and multiple people that talk games said that they haven't bought Diablo 4 because they have that one hope that it's going to go to Game Pass.
And yet it hasn't
Like,
stopped
I've
the
heard
game,
that.
though, right?
It's going to go to Game Pass, but like
There was no way I was waiting.
There was no way. In my head, I was like, "What? Like you're willing to wait months?"
Yeah, I told you the people that are willing to wait for a game to go Game Pass, they weren't going to buy it anyway day one. Like that's why it's their biggest launch ever, right?
It's bad. Yeah, I just people saying that I'm just like I like cringe through my face.
If you haven't played Guardians of the Galaxy yet, guys, you got to go play
I think
that.
this was about Final Fantasy 16, I think. But anyway, Justin, $5. PS Plus Premium is the way to go. 45-minute trial of Hogwarts months after the game came out. Oh boy!
Oh boy!
And the developer had to actually work on that too, and get that demo up there and going. This seems efficient.
KY Bob, member for 43 months. Show is fire, panel is fire, Diablo 4 is fire. Necromancer build, Skeleton Army, Army of the Dead is OP and so much fun. P.S. Going to see the Sam Fisher Sunday.
Oh man, I thought about playing as the
Splinter Cell. That could be very interesting. Yeah.
Thought about playing as the summoner of corpses actually, but I went with the fire person.
I got to like level 26 with the Necro, and I just corpse explosion and army. Like it was cool, but I was getting like man, I want something different. I keep switching classes and fucking with things. I just haven't played the Druid yet. That's it. But Necro's really cool.
One thing I will say about Diablo is Diablo 3 was really good on the controller. This one is phenomenal on the controller. It's like almost a preferred way to play the game. Like I bought it on PC initially, and then I was playing with a controller on there. I was like, yo, this actually feels better than the keyboard for some. I'm like the keyboard, you get a little bit more flexibility, but man, they really did well with this game on the controller.
I look at anybody who prefers to play with a fucking keyboard in their hand as a fucking weirdo. I'm just sorry, Forte. I got to say that right now.
Stop it, Dylan. A lot of people play games on
I
keyboards.
like this
and
fucking. I
mouse.
got 50 buttons over here. It's like, no, it just doesn't feel right, man. Like, I know it's
That's because
more capable.
That's because you're not used to it.
I don't want to be used to it. All right.
Dealer
Exactly.
dealer needs 2 buttons. That's all.
I need
Yeah.
2 buttons. I just need 1 button
He
to play this
needs
fucking game. A,
simplicity.
just bash A. But you know
I
what
saw
else?
you bashing A without using any abilities. I wanted to fucking
Dude,
slap my own
I went
face on
half of the
watching that shit.
footage without even upgrading because, you know, why not? Fuck it. Dreadpool, by the way, he says he's
Jesus.
Dreadpool says he's fucking
Oh, yeah,
drunk.
so he
D-Batch has said too many
I said
fucks.
so many fucks.
He's playing a
And
game where
Dreadpool again.
D-Batch says fuck, he takes a shot, I guess, and he's drunk now. So
I mean,
Yep,
he's not
the
drunk.
shot
He's,
game
he has
for
alcohol
fuck- or
poisoning.
fucking From D-Batch.
he's got another one though. Go ahead, Artie.
Yep, the shot game per fuck or fucking from D-Batch. Oh yeah, that's what he's doing. All right, face again, $2. You can play digital games with the disc. They fixed it. Okay.
Face, are you
Maybe
being
they-
truthful about that?
Hopefully
you
they-
fibbing?
That's good. I don't have my PS5 anymore. I sold it, so I don't know. Pick
You
up
do a
the
lot of
sticks
things on your
The
game.
PS5
fucked up thing is we know
if
you didn't need the damn money. You just did it to be a fuck face.
Exactly. I got sick of it. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm done with this thing.
He's like,
Pick
yeah,
up the
fuck this
sticks
thing.
gaming. $2. Y'all remember Kojima developing an Xbox game too? Yeah, I don't know if that thing's gonna be ready to show. And if the next, they already did the announcement at the Xbox showcase. My guess would be the next time they announce this thing will be at the Game Awards, because there's got to be that Kojima association, and the Game Awards is just a much bigger venue. So
Mhm.
whenever it's ready, I don't think it's gonna be ready this year. I think it'll be like a couple of
It's
years.
just an MMO
before
where
they have
everyone
some
delivers babies and build
Yeah,
bridges
probably,
across
probably.
stuff.
But you know, some people are gonna go crazy about it, right? They freaking had
PlayStation.com, 10 out of
Kojima
10.
at the Apple thing at WWDC. They actually had Kojima come out and say, "Death Stranding coming to Mac."
He's like, now watch the podcast. Go ahead.
Yes, base again, $2. There's 38 million PS5s out there. Yeah, that's the problem.
Now
That's
there
a
is, yeah.
pretty small install base, right? So, I mean, I don't. Do you expect like all 38 million will go out and buy Spider-Man 2? I don't know if that's gonna happen, right? So,
Motherfuckers had to
in
remodel their
general-
house when they bought a PS5. Bitches,
yeah, in general,
huge.
there's like a 10-ish% attach rate for these games. So for the first party stuff, so that's maybe 4 million by the time this comes out. Hopefully they get up to another 10, 12 million, right? So, but like Spider-Man sold a lot. The original Spider-Man sold a lot, but that they had 100 million consoles. So I mean, it is what it is. So
hey, people are saying he paid to lie about the. Give Face Brooklyn some more credit than that. Come on, guys. And he's a nice,
Yeah.
he's
No,
a nice guy.
He usually has some good facts. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
And
And that is it. We
yep,
are
yep.
caught up.
we are finally going to move forward here. Again, the the dashboard download update for insiders. The new Western Digital SSDs, $79 for the 512, $150 for the terabyte. Not bad, but you know what else isn't bad? The Xbox games. So, well, they're showcase, right? So there's a lot of stuff coming out from Aaron Greenberg. There's some other things maybe we can get into, but we can start with Greenberg. He does confirm that, well, Microsoft confirmed first and foremost that their stream will actually be 4K 60 FPS on
pretty
YouTube.
crazy.
And now I don't know if that's an option or a switchable option or at the same time. Maybe we can get clarification on that because I know how these guys like to work sometimes. But either way, it's cool to have that option. The reason they don't pre-upload it or pre-upload it like somebody would if they uploaded a video to YouTube. A lot of people ask about this and they wonder why you can't just watch it on demand. You can after, but not while it's first going up, because media will actually skip through it and grab the important shit and try to race for headlines. That's basically why they don't do that type of stuff, and they do have live premieres of things instead, which sucks because it does rob their games of their full kind of luster. But they also confirmed, Greenberg does anyway, that none of their gameplay, he did say theirs, none of the games in the Xbox Game Studios are full CG trailers. And that has some people, that's kind of a bold little announcement according to some people. I think that's
It's also a nice dig at PlayStation, who had CG trailer after CG trailer after CG trailer.
yeah, and that's exactly why Aaron tweeted that.
And there's gonna be no movies. It's gonna be games only. No Gran Turismo.
No
movie
trash.
trailer.
Aaron does say it's either in-engine footage, which is, hey, that's better than CG, or it's full-on gameplay, which is good.
Yeah.
That's a big improvement, actually. So that means if you see Fable, if you see Avowed, if you see, obviously, Forza we've seen, if you see Hellblade, you're looking at more real-time stuff or in-engine stuff, and hopefully they present that in a way that is indicative of how you'll be playing it.
I really hope it is. A lot of the in-engine stuff that they brought out, like right, they brought that in-engine stuff with Halo, with all the animals and the world and everything that looked insane, and the game came out and we got Craig's face. I think they need to be very careful of how they present this again. Like I'm really excited for the gameplay footage. I want to see what it is. And if things are farther out, like because we're not on that 12-month, they said they're not gonna do that 12-month thing anymore. Then yeah, I'm good with the in-engine stuff. That stuff that's further out. Give us a taste of what you got. I think it'd be really cool. If Gears isn't ready to be shown, if I hope maybe they give us like a little overview of in-engine stuff, but I feel like there's so much that's about to be shown at Xbox. Like so many people forget that we have a 90-minute show plus a 30-minute show for just Starfield, and then we have the Tuesday thing where they're going into depth with interviews like they used to do. Like there is so much content that they are about to show us. I'm excited, man. Like I'd be totally fine if they show a game that's just like, here's a quick 45 seconds to a minute trailer, more gameplay coming on Tuesday, and then we'll go in depth with it. Like I am totally cool with that. I'm excited for this show. I want to see all the games that are coming out. These next like 5 days are going to be so fucking awesome as gamers. I don't care about like the bullshit anymore. Sony's show sucked ass. Moving on. Let's see what Xbox. I don't care about I don't care. I'm done with it. They got their time in the light, and it was some shitty light. Now it's time to see what Xbox has. Time to see what Ubisoft has. Everybody, I want to see these games because this year we've been very spoiled, people. Like you got to think about it: Hogwarts Legacy, Dead Space, Jedi Survivor, Tears of the Kingdom, Diablo. All these big games that have come out this year. Dead Island, right? Like there's so much that has come out that I just want to see more and more. And we still haven't even talked about like Starfield that's coming this year. There's a lot, and so this game show that they have. It's big for Xbox, man, and we're getting closer and closer to the ABK stuff. Like everything's lining up pretty freaking awesome.
I do got to clarify on his quote. I just want to highlight a few things here. Now he did say none of their first party stuff. He's talking about specifically their first party games are just going to be full CG. He's not saying there won't be any at all, but it won't be just a full CG trailer. He also says that again it'll be either in-game footage or in the engine. And the gameplay will have or could have some cinematics in it. Just to be clear, like because people like to just grab one part of it, and they're not going to have any CG at all, right? No, that's not what he's saying.
Yeah, they're not.
But they're focusing on real time stuff.
I gotta say, I was impressed that they announced that it's finally going to be 4K 60. You've heard me scream up and down after each show. Why didn't they show us in 4K? Because all my streams are 4K 60, and that's little old me with my 1 terabyte up and down download speeds. So Microsoft is a much bigger company. It's about time that they did this. 1 second.
Yeah. And again, that's pretty demanding to stream to millions of people, but they can do it. Yeah. Like there's nothing stopping them from doing that, hopefully. So
it's YouTube that has to give them the ability, right? And
no, if I could stream 4K 60, they can do it. Like,
and they're streaming on more than just YouTube as well.
Yeah, but it's only gonna be 4K 60 on YouTube. The rest of this, I could stream 4K 60 right now on YouTube. I could stream on Twitch. I could stream wherever else with the hardware that I have. Microsoft is a far more capable company, so I'm glad this is finally happening, and I think it's gonna be one of the best shows for the simple fact everything's gonna look crisp the first time. Yeah. Because most times when we watch these shows 1080p, some of the stuff looks okay, and then we watch it in 4K, and we're like, oh shit, the game looks good. So I think this is awesome for their show, and the fact that we're going to see in-engine footage or in-game footage opposed to just full CGI, and the fact that he said for our first-party games, which is going to say plural, which is a lot more than what Sony showed. I'm really hyped for the show. I think the show is going to be great. I think it's going to be finally some good news for Xbox fans because we've been in the shits lately with all the ABK stuff and Redfall. So hopefully we get some good news from the show, some new stuff. I'm looking forward to Starfield and them announcing that it's going to be 60 FPS. And I think it's going to be a great show. I'm excited, man.
All right. So Aaron also says he can confirm. He said this on Twitter replying to somebody that there will be no movie trailers there at the showcase, which is a direct shot at Sony. And I like that because Microsoft execs are not always allowed to say what they want to say. their hands are kind of tied, which is why this first tweet from him is worded how it is about the CG gameplay. He'd probably have that approved by who knows how many people, and hopefully that remains true, right, for the first party. Starfield. So what are you thinking, Forte? Are you thinking they're going to have Starfield up there maybe towards the end or maybe at the beginning, since they have that thing after about Starfield, like 5 minutes kind of going over some of the cool things, and then, there'll be a lot more after this showcase at the Starfield event. What do you expect to see there?
Yeah, I think they're going to show. It might be one of the it probably won't be the very first thing. I think they're going to like save that for something like Avowed or maybe Hellblade or something. I do think they are going to show it during the showcase, just a little quick, little teaser of more to come. Probably a little quick sizzle reel trailer of everything that's going to basically like a build up commercial. They go like a commercial inside of their show for the Bethesda showcase with Starfield at the end of it. So that is going to come, but you're not going to get anything real substantial from them during the actual showcase at that point, because they're going to really do a big blowout after the fact. But I do think they're going to show it though.
Yeah, I think almost anything from that game will be substantial if you're like a big fan that have kept up with everything, because they haven't shown a lot of things, right? But I get what you're saying, like the big things they're really going to go in depth on afterwards. Anyone else?
I think Todd is going to be out there for this one. He's going to be front center stage with his cup in his hand and his leather jacket on.
Well, do you think any other
showcase that controller?
The controller
and the headset that's going to be coming.
Are you getting early versions of that, right? You sending them out to everyone watching the show? Yeah. Do you think any other creative directors are going to run up there with Todd, jump on his shoulders, and be like, and here's our game? And what do you expect to see from games? Do you expect to see Fable there? They did kind of have a tweet, a little teaser. The music was out, clearly Fable. There's some people out there that got mad because people are thinking it's Fable, and if it's not Fable, it's a big letdown. I guess he's an idiot because clearly, it's not they never said it would be 100%, but it was clearly Fable music there. Zalker, do you think we're going to see that Fable gameplay finally after 50 years?
I've said this. I've had multiple debates about this with people, like just talking back and forth, right? Because we're all hyped for the fucking show. People are saying that they'll be okay with in-engine showing a Fable. I am not okay with that.
No, not this late.
They showed cinematic or in-engine, whatever the hell it was last time. Now
that was pre-rendered CG, yeah.
That was pre-rendered, whatever the hell it was. I think Fable needs to be a game where it either closes the show and they show gameplay of it, not like a 20-minute game. I'm just saying, give us 3 to 4 minutes of something that's actual gameplay that you're going to see. I want this to be extremely like fantastical, where it's not just a fucking forest. I want it to be Fable crazy shit, and that's what I think they need to do with this game. It needs to have. I said this multiple times. It needs to be that kind of like for like the Horizon Zero Dawn, where everybody watching it was like, "Holy shit, this is cool."
Let me tell you why it's not going to happen.
I mean, if it's not going to happen, then they need to.
It's not going to happen because the game is nowhere near. It's not coming out. Obviously this year, and it's going to be at another E3. And that kind of gameplay debut, they're going to do closer to when it comes out. They only want to show you gameplay really one time before it comes out, and that was a mistake they said they made. Well, behind the scenes with Halo. Is they don't want to show you things too early that they shouldn't be showing. That's why the contracted fucking Halo Infinite debut stuff looked so incredible, and the game, didn't look anything like that. Hired that guy, by the way, Microsoft.
Well, then that's my point. If it's not ready, I don't.
It's not that it's not ready. It's that people have heard about it years ago. Maybe they want to see an in-engine. Here's an idea of what we're going for with art direction and some other things. And it doesn't mean you won't see a glimpse of gameplay.
I don't think I disagree with that. Then I don't care. Like then just wait a year. Like I don't. We have so much shit coming out. We have Avowed.
We
Hellblade,
see games all the time,
Starfield.
a year and a half before they come out, or 2 years before they come out.
Yeah, again, and
this will be the first time we've seen it.
That's what happened. That's what happened with Halo. Is it? I want to see what it's going to look like when you actually play it. That's it. For big games like that, first party, you have so many studios going off right now. It's okay. Like just give us that, especially for the big ones that you're trying to make into massive franchises. Like that's what Fable is. They have Fulton, the guy that
just because they show something doesn't mean it's gonna be bad. Like you're taking it as a bad thing.
I didn't say it was gonna be bad. I just say that's the way I would promote that game. Is it needs to stand out among everything else. And if you have an in-engine setting, it's going to be like cool Fable, and then it's gonna go away. But if you have a legit gameplay that looks insane, that's impressive, it's going to have long-lasting power and hype for people.
I disagree.
Like that's, I always think that's what I always.
And
think.
I think I think it could be a hybrid too. It doesn't got to be one or the other. But As long as it's indicative of the product, that's the most important thing. If it's a good game, that's what really was going to determine how good it does, right? Anyway, right? So I think they want to present it in a right way, without
First
showing
impressions
you
last,
gameplay.
man.
Well, then we're all thinking about that CG trailer. Then, I mean,
that's exactly that's all we know right now. Then it's going to be.
I'm not thinking about that when it comes to Fable. I'm like, that's some CG bullshit. Fable's going to be a big, RPG that's hopefully going to be fucking fantastic. But ultimately, chat, how would you like to see Fable presented? I want gameplay right now. I get it, but I'm not going to turn it into a negative if it's just showing us what they're going for and all this stuff, because they're still hiring people over there for some pretty key stuff, and it'd be kind of surprising.
As much as I'd like to see gameplay, it's understandable if they don't show us gameplay the first time them showing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So temporary expectations on that.
They might show us some gameplay though. Zucker, what isn't going to let you down there?
Yeah, as long as they show some gameplay, like I don't have a problem with them doing the mix, like what Aaron Brigabay said. It's going to be a mix of some gameplay with some CGI aspects and stuff like that, in-game footage along with it. Especially if the game's not coming out until like 2024 or something like that. I can see them doing that. But the biggest thing we want to get away from is we just don't want all CGI trailers like we did, with the Sony showcase when it came to most of their stuff. And we just want to see what these games are actually going to be. Like Hellblade has been shown so many times, and I think this should just be nothing but a combat gameplay showcase to show us what that game looks like. That's a game that I refuse to see anything but gameplay for, along with a couple of other games and stuff. But if it's not coming out till late next year, I can understand doing a little sprinkle here, sprinkle there, but at least needs to show something.
And we know it's not CG, right? So it's definitely going to be gameplay or of some kind mixed with some kind of an engine thing. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know for sure.
I mean, I get what people like, and people on the chat are like, "Oh, in-engine is bad." No, for certain games, it's not going to work that way. Like it's called nuance. That's
Fable,
the
it
point.
will work. Fable, anything will work.
I think like Avowed and like what he's saying, Hellblade. Like we need fucking gameplay. Like
we've got a ton of gameplay of Hellblade.
Like, well, no, I mean, we just need exactly what the combat's going to be like.
Exactly.
What's this? Because before it was like, yo, this is straight gameplay. And then it's been shown so many times, like you said, Avowed and games like that.
Avowed hasn't been
more
shown.
Gameplay. Avowed did get shown. And at the end, they said that was part gameplay where the hands come up.
Yeah, part. And that's what I'm talking about, a mixture.
That's all I'm saying is that we need those things to be gameplay. Like, it's just nuance. If it's close enough, then do it. Like, for me, the big franchises in Fable, like, if it's your first party, you can control what people see. Like,
hang on, so I got to ask you this.
Out.
So Avowed, the little hand coming up with the sword and doing the magic thing, that was literally it. And you're saying that is fine for Avowed, but for Fable, that's not acceptable.
No, I didn't say that's fine for Avowed, because that was the first time we saw Avowed. No, I said that's the first time we saw Avowed, and now we need, and I'm saying now we need straight gameplay from Avowed. And if Fable had the same thing, where they were announced in the same year, 3 years ago, because Fable started fucking development in 2018.
Late 2017.
Like, 2018, end of 2017. That's 6 years. And I get there was a pandemic, but even without the pandemic, that's still 3 to 4 years of development. Like if it doesn't come out in 20,
and they have a second studio working on
and
it,
they have they have a second studio, and they have the top guy from Playground Games, the main guy Fulton, who said that they want to be the best studio in the world.
He just said, "I like
working
cars."
on this. Like, I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
Like,
we all want to see gameplay. Like, trust me, I get what you're trying to say.
And if we're waiting like 7 years to see gameplay on a game in development, what the fuck is going on then?
How long did it take us to see Diablo gameplay?
What do you mean?
Like,
we saw Diablo gameplay. We saw Diablo gameplay last year.
Yeah, and I'm saying it was like 4 years.
And before that, they tested the shit out of this.
Yeah, and they showed you gameplay. It's just a question. I'm trying to get reference for a game.
That's what I'm saying. If Fable's next year, then cool. Or end of next year, or 2025, early 2025. Yeah, gameplay can be shown. Like, it doesn't need to be.
Well, when do you think it is going to be? Since they've already hinted that it's coming, right? When do you think it's going to come out?
I think it's holiday next year.
You think it's holiday? I don't think it's holiday.
I think it's spring 2025.
I think it's holiday next year because I think Hellblade is going to be spring of next year, and I think that's going to be spring because I think Forza is going to be November.
I think spring 2025.
Hey,
because that's a lot of
that's the year after. Okay, so you think it's going to be
about a year?
I'm thinking November 2024, but I could easily see spring 2025 if Avowed comes out end of next year or that September, October game of next year.
Yeah, I'm not placing like a it has to do that. As long as they show something that's not CG, and obviously I'm a fan of whatever. The game comes out when it's done, right? Like they did with Diablo. I'm fine. But I don't expect to see a fucking 10-minute gaplay demo or a 5-minute gameplay demo.
I didn't say 10 minutes. I said it's not 10 minutes.
How much gameplay will do then?
I would say like a 3-minute trailer, 2-minute, 2.5-minute trailer.
Or gameplay?
Just going through it. Gameplay trailer, yeah, like a quick cut trailer of gameplay.
That's something that would come out like 8 months before release, not that soon.
I mean, that's on them then, because
What?
God of War was shown 2016 with gameplay. That's 2 years.
No, it wasn't. It was not that much gameplay. If it was 2016, wasn't that the debut where they showed the serpent come down the water, right? And he threw the axe and had to call it back. Was that it?
That was the gameplay trailer where they showed everything, and he came out and everybody was like, "Holy shit!"
I mean, yeah, it was a quick sizzle kind of thing. Or there was
what
a
I
couple
just say,
cinematics.
2 minute, like a sizzle.
No,
like,
that's not a sizzle reel. Listen,
what's a sizzle reel?
Fable's gonna be fine. All right, you don't got to cast negativity on this. It's gonna be fine.
How is this negativity?
You know what you're doing. You're sticking your lips to fire and everything.
You are literally putting it in a negative light.
How?
People just don't want to see CGI trailers.
And they are, well, as we said, they're not doing that, right?
Now, that's what they're not doing. So we're not saying that it's nothing wrong with Fable coming out and showing, some CGI. We're just saying that we're trying to set a precedent now. Stop showing us CGI trailers for
nobody here wants CGI trailers. Everyone, we get that. I'm saying, why is it a certain, I don't have any expectation for a particular length of a gameplay.
Just so you know, God of War in 2016 had a 10-minute gameplay trailer at E3 2 years before it came out. That's all I'm saying.
How much of that was a cutscene, though?
I'm watching it right now. I'm literally watching gameplay of it right now, and 7 minutes of it is straight up fucking gameplay.
All right.
So that's all. So, you can make a.
So your assumption is that this is coming out in 2025. I think it's coming out in spring of 2024. And
it's got to have.
So if it's spring of 2024,
if this
whoa.
If this is coming out in 2025, we are not getting gameplay footage. If this is coming out in 2025, forget about that.
Let me look for
and
this.
then it's going to be in game and in engine, whatever, right? Because that.
Yeah.
What else is there? It's not going to be a CGI trailer. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's coming out in it's 2024. I think it's ready to come out. They've been in development for a while. They have 2 studios working on it. Come on, they have to have something available at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his name? Matt Booty said that he wanted to show it last year. Right, and they're like, nope, we're not ready yet. So, how many years do they need? They've already got to at some level. They've got to be getting close, right? So, it's going to be 7 years development. They need 15 years development. At some point, just put the game out. Damn it!
Listen, the reveal of God of War 2018 was not 10 minutes long. It was a fucking trailer where Kratos came out of a house and said "boy" or whatever the fuck he said.
I'm literally looking at.
You're looking at the wrong thing.
No, I'm not. I'm
he
looking
said,
at
boy,
the 2016
this shit ain't
from
10
the
minutes
goddamn
long.
channel. It's 9 minutes and 57 seconds long. It's 2016
Face
E3
23
trailer
Brooklyn,
from PlayStation channel.
I know what you're gonna do, and you're gonna chat and say you're right, dealer. You're very correct. No, I mean at the end of the day, I guess I don't know what expectations I would have for it. I just want to see something that looks cool, man. I'm not thinking about it like that. I guess obviously none of us want CG.
I mean,
and they confirmed that.
You're asking us a question, so that's
you're literally asking us a question.
I'm asking you to answer a question that I'm asking a question because you got to answer.
I mean, listen, there's people in the chat. There's people in the chat that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, like Shane G. That's totally fine. 2016 is straight up 6 years ago. PlayStation channel, 10-minute of gameplay. I don't care.
What's
That's
the name
what
of the video?
I'm linking it to you right now on Twitter.
Perfect.
It's called God of War E3 2016 gameplay trailer PS4. Here you go from the goddamn PlayStation confirmed channel.
Confirmed channel, yeah. Let's go ahead and confirm that Spider-Man built for PS5.
It has a little Elon Musk blue check mark and shit. There you go, bitch.
The Musk
Link
check.
right to you.
Listen, calm down with your tiny ass little sword and shit.
I know you're just, I'm just saying,
I'm
you're saying it's negative. I know, and you're saying that it was negative, and it's not negative. If I want to see fucking cool ass gameplay. I want Fable to be fucking awesome. I love I didn't like the third one. I love the first 2 fucking Fables. I
Yeah.
played the shit out of those games. This is a franchise that I actually like and I enjoy, and I want it to come out fucking fire. And that's what it should be, and it should be advertised as that. So that's all. Like, it should be advertised as a big franchise that Xbox could be like, bam, that's what we fucking got.
But was Fable really that big back in the day?
Yeah, a lot of people played Fable, man. Why do you think that
for
when
the size of the platform, yeah,
yeah, for the
absolutely.
size of the platform, what it was, new IP, like, do you not remember how mad people are where Fable Legends got canceled, even though it was a completely different type of game? Like, dude,
is that
like,
sound
I'm
coming through
sorry.
for you guys? Maybe the
What's
chat can hear
that?
it. This is actually the debut of God of War.
I fucking told you. And it was
No,
2 years
I
before the
clicked on
game
a
came
different
out.
video. The
No
original,
shit, you did.
the original video. Hang on. And I'll do this in the background, but I want other people's thoughts on what you expect to see here. No one's mentioned Forza Motorsport, huh?
You know,
Yeah, I think they either
Yeah, they
start
do,
with
they do
Fable
care.
or Forza.
You know.
Right?
They are gonna
'Cause
show more
Forza is
Forza
a
after.
known quantity, right? So they're probably they can just start with it and like just set the tone, right? Hey, it's coming out, blah, right? So we have the release date. They can show some in game, right, with ray tracing and all that. So that could be a good way to start. Or Fable. I think Fable could be another way to start.
I think Avowed would be an awesome way to kick off the show. Just Avowed start the show. Here's some fucking cool gameplay of Avowed. And, you know, when you look at it at the end of the thing, if they do show gameplay of Fable and then Starfield at the end, that's 3 massive RPGs that are on the Xbox platform. And, you know, one of them, hopefully Fable, is a third-person action adventure that people have been fucking clamoring for on the platform.
Hopefully,
like,
it
that
has good
is
side missions.
I mean, everything, man. That's a home run. That is a good. That's like insane, and that doesn't even include the potential of Indiana Jones. That doesn't include the potential of maybe even id showing up with something, because their studio is so well put together and they understand their own tech so well that they could churn out games faster than others, kind of like what the Elden Ring studio from Software does.
I don't
Like,
think that's
all
their
these things
specialty,
have
though.
so much. It's not that just specialty. It's just that there's
Listen,
so
the reason
much
they got so many teams,
potential.
right? I get what you're saying. Like, they have a lot of teams, so they should be showing a lot of stuff. But that's also a reason why not to have a lot of stuff, or at least way more stuff than usual there, because they have a lot of teams, right? They can let stuff bake, right? Or show them other places. I mean, hell, they're doing the Direct now. You know, a little rip that from Nintendo.
I don't like the whole people are saying that you're setting yourself up for massive disappointment. Bro, we're supposed to get hyped. We're fucking fans. That's what it is. Like, if you want to just be not excited for the showcase, like we'll deal with shit when it happens. Like, who cares?
Listen, the God of War thing, yeah. I mean, it was a big chunk of gameplay.
Yeah, I know it was.
And it came out, and obviously there were some comparisons and stuff. It didn't look exactly like that, but it looked pretty similar. I don't know if anyone else has really done that to that degree and unveiled something and then showed it off like that. I also don't think that Fable would necessarily do that much footage. But who knows? I mean, you think that's likely?
That they're gonna have a very long freaking thing? No, I hope not, because that, like, trailers, whatever they show for each game should be like 4 or 5 minutes.
I think God of War was supposed to come out in 2017 as well. I think it might have got delayed. I'm not sure. So a year after that gameplay.
For PlayStation, they usually delay everything. So
they never put a date. They never put a date on it, and then when they announced
internally,
the date,
though,
it was like 2 months before release or some shit, or 3 months. They're like, coming, March or whatever it was when it came out.
Yeah, it came out in 2018. Yeah, so I don't know. I just don't expect anything like that from Fable. I think that game's further out than what God of War. I don't know.
What year do you think then is it out?
It'd be probably 25.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's spring 25, which is a year and a half away.
Yeah, but what if it's not spring, Zalky?
Well, then if it's not spring, then it's not going to be at the showcase, because then that's over 2 years. Like, what the fuck?
No, that's not how it works.
I mean, then I don't know. I don't want, like, in it for certain games. In-engine's cool with me. I'm okay with it. Like, I like it. It'd be cool to see, especially new stuff that's out, like some new IP. But when it comes to Fable, I think they need to be extremely diligent in what they do with this franchise and what they do with this game.
There's a misunderstanding in engine and gameplay, or CG as well. Like, in engine for Halo Infinite cutscenes, that's actually rendered locally. It's in engine, but it's not gameplay. That's what that means. It doesn't mean it's not going to look like that when it comes out, or couldn't look like that good, right? So I think they can get away with an engine if they're going to show us cinematic or whatever. Maybe tease a little bit of gameplay, but Fable isn't really going to be their focus, right? So Avowed is something that I'm really, really interested to learn more of. Obsidian are just quality. I mean, you can't put it any other way. Like, they're just
that's my most
top-notch.
hyped game.
Yep.
I said that. That's my most hyped game of the show is Avowed. I already said that. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see pretty good, like, not only just on the show gameplay, I want to see it on the Tuesday show. I want to see it later, like, go in depth of, like, what the fuck is this world? What's going on? You know, the Pillars of Eternity world is awesome. And I love that game too. So check it out. Like, let's see what's up. And everybody's saying that, like, God, like, a lot of people are like, well, that's God of War and it's a unicorn. Well, fuck, man. That's what I'm holding Xbox to. I'm not holding them to, like, some bullshit. Like, sorry, I'm going to temper my No, I'm not tempering
I'm
shit.
not tempering
Xbox,
anything. I just don't
more.
expect something like that. It's not that
I
I'm
mean,
tempering
hey,
it.
man, I don't know. Like, I expect that. I expect
So
them to
every
come
game
out
from
with a
now on
massive
is just
franchise.
Big franchises, you got to do that. I mean, I don't think anyone else has ever really done it.
I mean, I think Fable, Xbox has done this to themselves. They set Fable up to be insane. They had the worst kept secret. They were trying to keep it secret. Everybody was talking about it. Is Fable coming back? Fable coming back? Phil was like, oh, I'm not saying anything. And then when they announced it, everybody knew it was big. And then there was rumors that Playground Games had an idea for an RPG and Xbox pointed them in the direction of Fable. They've made it into this big thing. Like, that's marketing.
I think they've
That's
done
dumb.
very little with it for a good reason. Because it's not
I don't know,
ready.
man. And then there's the rumors of a Fable collection coming out. Like,
which they've already kind of
announced.
Yeah, they've remastered the old one or whatever.
Yeah, and I'd be down with that too because I'd play them again. Like, I don't know.
In an age of where they need more manpower than ever, I just don't know how many of those little things are gonna meet fruition. But so, do you expect Gears of War to be there, or some kind of tease?
I think that's what they should end with. Gears 6 coming out next year. That's what I want fall to be next year.
I don't know if it's going to come out next year. I mean, it's almost like I think this year it's going to be 2 years since the Coalition said we're going to be quiet for a while. So it's been 2 years since they said that. They haven't said anything for a long time, and now there's massive rumors, including a guy from Spain, a leaker, put out a Gears of War picture that has the old people like Marcus and Dom and all those guys in a picture. So that leak came out. So people are saying that the collection is probably most likely coming. Special Nick has been fucking running on every podcast like from the beginning. He's just going crazy. So the Gears collection is rumored like crazy this time, to the point where even like Rand and Jez, so to speak, are even kind of going back on it, going like, we don't know, like it might be coming. So a lot of people are kind of going back on it. We'll see what happens. I think that it is around that time because it's 4 years, since they brought something out. 2019 September is when Gears 5 came out. So I would expect some form of an announcement because that gave them what Rod Ferguson said in an interview, that after Gears 5 launches, they were going to take 18 months to learn UE5 at the Coalition. He said that in an interview like a week ago. And that's why he left, because he likes bringing games out.
He's like, I already know everything about this shit. I'm out.
Yeah, and so he left. And so the Coalition for 18 months has been learning UE5, helped with the Matrix stuff. And now it's time to, start getting towards, bringing some stuff out and maybe even announcing it. Like maybe I think a collection could come out. A Gears collection could come out by spring, and then maybe a year and a half later, the next spring, 2025 is where Gears 6 comes out. But who knows? Like the Coalition, if they're not there, then I'm fine waiting one more year. Just give them all the fucking time they need, because that studio is awesome, and when they bring out stuff, it's great.
Yeah, I think we talked about this last show and months and months ago. Gears collection's a 10-year-old fucking rumor or fan request, really, and it's the perfect time to release your first UE5 game. If they redid Ultimate 2, right, or Gears 2 and had an Ultimate Edition of that, like the new one.
3 and Judgment, yeah.
I don't think they should redo those. I think that Gears 2 is probably the fan favorite, and I think it deserves an update. And it'd be a way to push hardware on the PC. It's also a way to get that game on PC, which isn't on PC. And then to release that in collection as well makes sense. If you're going to get that stuff on PC, Master Chief Collection has 10 million players on PC. They want to do the same thing with Gears, right? So that would be cool. I'd play Gears 2, definitely. I got so much time in that damn game.
I'd play all of them, man. Like, why not? Just give me the Gears collection, the Marcus Phoenix collection, because they would want 2, 3, and Judgment on. I mean, I don't know about Judgment.
And they leave Judgment in the sewer.
3, yeah, who knows? But who knows, right? Like, if they get it on there, like, they would want them on the PC, so when Gears 6 comes out, the whole franchise is there, and they can, like, have a symbiotic relationship with everybody that's playing there. So I wouldn't be too opposed to that at all. And if the Gears collection does come out, I'll play the fuck out of 2 and 3 because I love those. And when Ultimate came out with #1, I played the hell out of that too. So who knows, man?
Oh shit! How much do you think it's going to be if it comes out?
The Gears collection?
Yeah.
I'd say $50.
$50. Forte, how much sleep did you get today?
I got not that much.
Oh, all right.
Not that
Can't
much sleep
remember.
today.
Well-
I was up to 4 a.m. playing Diablo, so lot of
And then you
sleep.
got up like a few hours later and like crawled to work.
I did. It was I don't remember the last time I actually like went to sleep, woke up, took my daughter to school, got home about 8:15, and then literally jumped right on Diablo and then was on there until 2:30 this afternoon. Then went to go see Spider-Man.
When did you use the
Came home
bathroom?
and
You
did some more.
Throw that in there. Spider-Man was
Why am
pretty
I
good. I
getting?
saw
Why
that.
am I getting Forte's diary right now?
Yeah, you wrote that down. It's private.
Yeah,
Forte.
I over-explain, man. It's always good. People
Uh,
need to know what I do.
Everybody's talking about. Sorry, everybody's talking about the Fable stuff. I'm just saying, if it's in engine, everybody, cool. I'll watch it. I'll enjoy
I'll
it.
watch it.
I'm saying, like, all I'm saying is
I
that
guess I'll watch
it better look exactly when they show the gameplay. It better look close to that in-engine footage, or they're gonna have another debacle like they did with Halo. So that shit better be close. They better learn from their mistakes. That's all I'm saying. They better have learned. So when that in-engine comes out and it's fucking awesome, and we're like, wow, that looked insane, and the gameplay doesn't look like it, it's gonna be annoying. But if it comes out and it looks like it, and or if it's even better, then fuck yeah, that'd be freaking
Well,
awesome.
if they showed it in engine, then they did it for a reason, because
Yeah,
obviously
like
they don't
Halo.
want somebody being like, yeah, let's not show the gameplay didn't look exactly like that, right? So, I mean, whatever they do, they're doing it for a reason. But people do want a little taste of Fable. That's all I
Yeah,
expect.
but,
What
I'm
do
not
you-
gonna act like their reasons are the greatest all the time.
No
so.
one's doing that. I mean, it's just common sense, right? Like, if they do it, hopefully they do the right thing, unlike with redfall, and they give it the time that it needs, right? So nobody's been more critical of them. Nobody's been more critical of them than me here. Fuck.
Bitch.
The last time I actually cared about CGI or anything like that, cutscenes, is when Blur was doing the cinematics for Halo
Master Chief
Wars.
Yeah.
And
They did Halo 2 as well.
made those was incredible, but that was just because they were just showcasing the tech that Blur was doing and stuff. So we knew the game was going to be a completely different playing game. It's just, I just think when you showcase games and stuff, you want to showcase from the point of view of what the gamer is going to see. Because Halo does the same thing. When Halo does their in-game engine trailers, they do it from like detached cameras, third person and stuff like that, where you're really not, that's going to be Halo because people played Halo before, but it still throws people off where it's like, okay, it makes people feel like they're hiding something. Not saying that's the case. That's why people just want to see straight raw gameplay. I mean, I do understand why people feel that way because people been burned so many times.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna say Frizzle in the chat said it the best. Blizzard cinematics are the gold standard in CGI.
Yes, they
100%. They are the best by far. In Diablo, I've heard people in podcasts, even in this community, that are like, yeah, when I was playing Diablo, I was like, wow, a cutscene. Where did this come from? I'm like, have you never played a Blizzard game? You fucking
right. It's a
like, I was like, what the hell is going on,
'cause
bro?
they've been on PC primarily, but I mean now they're on console.
Damn.
I mean they're cause like this first cinematic's on screen right now. I was like, hang on, I got to jump out of this fucking party right now. I was like, damn it. I was kind of
there's so many more, man. Like the game is insane.
The ones that are in game though look nothing like the one you're about to see, and these are the ones that really catch my attention because there's top notch fucking Pixar style crazy ass fucking production to it. It's like a movie, right? But the last 5 minutes, and they're definitely worth watching. Don't skip the cutscenes. Some weird people out there, because I know of one, and definitely watch those because it adds some of the most immersion you'll find in the game. From my experience, like these things do a lot, and I think they go overboard with them because it kind of makes up for the other parts of the game that don't necessarily immerse you in it, right? The top-down stuff, all that stuff. I think it all fits together pretty well. StarCraft 2 has some amazing cutscenes, by the way. Hargy, you want to grab these chats, man, and we can move on to a different section here. But again, chat, let us know your thoughts. Sure. Hit the like button if you're watching live, and of course, be sure and let us know your thoughts, like I said.
All right, Dreadpool, $2. I'm sobering up. When will D talk again? Hitman, $5. Can't wait till next year to watch the show in 120-inch VR TV on my Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah.
Good luck. Dreadpool, $2. If you read this, prop me back up on the bar stool. Hitman, $2. Dovik, day one on Game Pass. That's my wish. Is that DoKV? Is that what you're talking about? Dovec, maybe? DoKV? But yeah, that one's pretty cool. That was that Chinese game. They had a like little gameplay trailer maybe like a year and a half ago, something like that. It's been a while. Yeah.
Coming to Game
No,
Pass
I'm
day
sorry.
one.
No. That was the Korea one. DoKV is the Korea one. That one's how do I explain it? It's like Animal Crossing meets what can I say? I don't know. It's an interesting one. There's a lot of dancing stuff going on. If I remember it right, I think that's the one he's talking about. It's a Korea game. And that was it's interesting. It's an interesting one.
Day one Game Pass.
Maybe, who knows, right? I don't think it's been taken up by any platform. I think it was announced on a Keeley show, so it's always possible.
There's a lot of games out there, Hitman, and thanks for letting us know your thoughts.
Always possible. Yep. All right, on to the next one. Hitman, $5. After ABK deal, should MS buy Embracer Group? Next, since their stock plunged 70%, and MS uses so many of their studios as support studios. I mean, it's always possible, but like one of the things that we were seeing was, hey, Microsoft will own this amount of studios, and Embracer has this massive amount.
I want to know why their stock plunged 70%.
Because they've been having issues. Their games aren't selling.
They had a $7 to $8 billion deal that they were negotiating for. I think this is the same group that they had a deal with with something, and then the negotiations after like 9 months of negotiations fell through, and so the stakeholders were like
70% though. Jesus.
Yeah, dude, they lost like that. What, like $8 to $9 billion deal just like gone, and so they're like, okay, well.
Yeah, but that. So 70% though, just from, I mean, they have a lot of shit going on in a lot of places. You know that they're going to make money on that.
Overall.
But they're pretty small overall, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I mean, it is a possibility, but I think their next target needs to be smaller studios and Japan. They need to hit something up in Japan. Anyways, King Leighton. Sorry, go ahead. So, was somebody saying something?
No, I was gonna say their next target should be just to release fucking games, man. After
Savage.
Oh
shit!
Yeah,
shit, batch. But only in engine footage, bitch. That's all we getting.
No in-engine gameplay if possible. Definitely no
King
CG.
Played Whipper says Zalker's eyebrows are the best Pixar level CGI.
That ain't CGI, boy.
Catch my eyebrows every Thursday on Zealots of Gaming. They host the show. Just the eyebrows. They be out there.
Zalker's under the table while the eyebrows host the show.
Eyebrows are talking shit.
Fucking. Okay,
right.
Go ahead, Target. Go ahead.
King Leighton, Canadian 279. Can we talk about BC Pack and mesh shaders not used?
Yeah, we've talked about that for 2 years now.
Whatever. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Talked about it for quite a while.
Grim Jr. $5. Sony admitted that that was the only thing of God of War 2016 that was 2018, I guess, but in 2016 that was created specifically to show off the game. The rest of the game didn't exist. Okay, that's facts. Fine.
That is one way to do it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that is true. I remember that. Holy shit.
And they built it out after 19 months. They said 18 or 19 months, but it was really like 20. And then they got it out. And
I just don't expect that kind of shit from everybody. I just don't. Sorry. I mean, he's like they said, because he's right. They did say that in the documentary, didn't they? Somewhere in there. That they didn't even have a game yet. They built the vertical slice, and then they built everything out after that. That's kind of course, has never been done, and I don't expect to see that in every big game. It's nuts.
I mean, usually, multiple developers have said the game really does come together in the last, 18 months.
Yeah, that's not... They're talking about...
what it is.
They're not talking about don't build any of the other parts of the game out. Like Corey Barlog and what they did is incredible, and even Corey's like, yeah, I wouldn't do it again. This shit was nuts. We're building the whole sandwich and every layer at the same time. It's just impossible to do that shit consistently.
Yeah, well, and the last one, Zucker already read it. It's the Zucker eyebrows, so Plaid Whipper.
Hell yeah,
Whipper. Yeah. Canadian 220.
Zucker's
Pixar
level.
The best Pixar level CGI.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, other expectations. I don't expect to see much from State of Decay.
Perfect Dark. I don't expect to see anything
Perfect
from
Dark.
Perfect Dark at all, and I don't expect to see anything from State of Decay.
Apparently,
we
might see Everwild.
You don't want to see an update to that CGI trailer they showed us.
I think we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get Perfect Dark though. To be honest with you, man, it's about time.
Why is that, D-Batch?
I don't think
Just
so, dude.
it's just due. It's just due. I think they're gonna show it. I think that's gonna be maybe one of the
How many
surprises of the show.
how many things is Crystal Dynamic working on right now?
Avengers 2. So
Toxic.
again, I think they'll focus primarily on the stuff that's closest. I think they revealed Perfect Dark and call it the wrong name as well. But I think they revealed that game too early. Obviously, it's too early. The team was 25 strong at that time. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that's
Apparently,
at.
they said that was the intention of the studio the entire time, was to have a core group of elite
Mhm.
developers making the gameplay loop and making it
Coming
what
up
it
with the
is, and
concepts
getting the
and all that.
idea, the concepts, and all that, and actually getting the loop right, like the gameplay, the way it feels, and then having a AAA studio come in and basically build the game.
And there's a
out,
reason
so.
that they don't normally do that shit. I just don't think it's
Yeah.
a good idea.
That's why I don't think it's close. That's why I don't think it's close at all, because it like they're still integrating goddamn Bethesda. Like Phil said it. Like imagine working with a third party studio that like you just work with. And I get like Daryl Gallagher has worked with them before and ran them, but it's not. I think it's a way farther out. I think it's going to be at least a end of 2025, maybe even early 2026 game.
Yeah, it was revealed way too fucking early.
It was revealed super early, so yeah.
That was called the pressure, the show stuff. I think 2020 was it was just a lot of pressure on Xbox just to showcase a lot of stuff. That's why you got a bunch of CGI trailers. I mean, think about it, that's why you got the Outer Worlds 2 announcement. I mean, even though that was a really creative way of doing a trailer, I just think that they wanted to showcase some of the stuff that at least was on the horizon for people to think about coming.
Yeah.
And, you know.
And that's why people
Was that 2020
are.
or was that 2021?
That was last year, I think.
Was that last? I think that was the year before last.
That was 2021. I
So it
think.
was 2021. Okay. So 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, Outer Worlds 2 is not close. That entire team is on Avowed right now, probably. People.
Yeah. And then you
That
ain't gonna see
Avowed is
no time
the
soon.
thing. Do you guys think we'll see Contraband?
Compulsion. Yeah, Contraband.
Oh, what is it?
Possible.
Yeah.
I- find out, right?
I think there's a potential for Contraband and Compulsion. I think Compulsion is
Compulsion is a sure for me.
Yeah.
like they have to
Yeah,
be, like it's
Compulsion
5
and
years.
In Exile are kind of. I mean, so In Exile might have a couple.
I think we're
years
skipping
before
over
we do, but-
what we might see from. I know that we've seen a little bit of Hellblade, but we're going to play that sooner than pretty much most of these games.
I mean, it's kind of expected at this point, right? We would kind of expect to see Hellblade.
So you expect to
don't
see
think?
some combat, like different combat styles.
Yeah, I want to like see it in depth. I want to see like that. Definitely in that the 13th. When is the extended? Whatever it is, that one should have like a whole bunch on Hellblade too.
It is an Exile working on just the one. Were they just working on just?
No, they have
Wasteland last
multiple
year?
games.
That's
Yeah.
what I say. So
Yeah,
we probably
they
In
have
get
Exile
more
has
something
multiple
from now.
games.
They have
Yeah,
multiple games.
It was the one they're
for it.
working
Yeah.
on now, primarily, that convinced Xbox to really buy them.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
that's what they were really impressed with was the one
Probably a
that
new
hasn't been
Monopoly
shown.
Monopoly game
It's
for
like
Xbox.
a cyberpunk.
Monopoly game.
Isn't it
could-
like a cyberpunk type of like weird, like I don't know, like it's apparently first person. Isn't it first person? I think.
Might have been. Yep.
I think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're talking about In
RPG.
Exile.
Yeah, in Exile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
so-
So
We'll
that
see-
could
we'll see what
potentially
happens
show
with
up. Compulsion's due. They've been working for quite a while. So
5 years, just as many years as Fable. Just saying. Cough, cough.
Small studio, smaller scale project.
I mean, no, it's a AAA now. They got.
No,
up.
it's not. Listen,
not a AAA
listen,
game?
Compulsion and what Compulsion are doing, what Fable are doing, it's not the same fucking thing.
Fable has.
we
way
don't
more.
know that yet.
I do.
But we'll see.
And
You also knew Wolfenstein was coming big.
The State of Decay 3.
bitch, I said I think Wolfenstein would come,
potentially-
and I still do believe Wolfenstein
got
will
him.
come. All right, you gave Hellboy an 8 out of 10.
No more.
What was that I was using the other day? I was like, fuck, I'm gonna take this shit out of context and just throw this in there. I forgot what it was, but it was one that I had on you. It was good. Fuck, I gotta go back
You
and watch
forgot,
that.
bitch. All I know is that you told me
Damn
Hellboy was 8 out of 10.
I said there's parts of that newer Hellblade movie that was like, I don't know, almost an 8, right? But the rest of the movie was trash, and he goes
I
and starts
remember
running
the
with this
party.
shit.
I said that to like because Luca was asking me. She's like, anybody see Hellboy? I was like, oh, dealer said it was an 8 out of 10. All I hear is the mic fucking.
Don't ever accuse me of giving that movie an 8 out of 10, you prick.
He came in from the bathroom, flushing the toilet. Like, shit.
Oh
Like,
shit!
it came in hella quick.
When are we getting the Bambi game?
The Bambi with the shampoo?
Yeah, headbutting it. RX. Vending
I have
machine.
no idea.
No, not like this.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
not. It's probably never coming.
Make no
Hopefully,
mistake,
if it
Chad. What
comes to the
Compulsion are
show,
doing and what
I'm gonna
Fable's
cry.
doing is, yeah, it's not the same, quite the same scale. or talent.
As for smaller games, we're probably going to get that Banner Saga game, that third-party Banner
Belfry.
Saga developed Belfry that's
Project
coming.
Belfry.
That 4 times strategy game that's being built, that was rumored. A couple other smaller ones, right? Like those types of games will be there. But
It was
yeah,
Ara Untold or something like that. There was some game like that was coming out, right? They announced that
Yeah.
last year or the year
And,
before, or something like that.
Yeah, people are saying replaced. Yeah, replaced. Lies of P.
Oh yeah,
I think
replaced.
those two games I think will be at the show.
Yep, Lies of
A
P for
couple,
sure.
and I
Do you
think we're gonna
think
get a lot
Rise
of
or Dead Rising? Do we get those?
Rise, Son of Rome. We got
Rise
2.
3, Son of Man.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know why it needs to be Rome. It could be Rise, Son of Greece. I don't know, whatever. It could be whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Well, Crytek owned that IP. I don't know if they're. I mean, they couldn't even pay their
Yeah.
employees not long ago. So I don't. Maybe they. I don't know. I just don't know.
That would be a drop mic moment. I don't care what anybody says. Rise was a good game. It was one of those games that was.
It's worth doing another one.
Yeah, it just got
Yeah.
a bad. It just got a
kind
bad.
of cool if
rap.
they brought.
I've beaten that
right?
game 4 times, dude, because it's like I just fucking love it.
And it looked
So fun.
phenomenal. Like it really did.
It did,
Yeah,
dude.
it did.
Still
I
holds
beat
up
it on
today.
the. I
It was
beat
just
it
a
on
little
the.
repetitive.
I beat it on the Xbox twice, the PC, and my Steam Deck. Like I just played it everywhere. I was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna download this and fuck around." And then next thing I know, I'm just playing it. I'm like, "This is just fun."
Look, you could. I mean, I remember talking about this when we, obviously the game came out and we all beat it and all this stuff. But I think it's Crytek's best game in my opinion. Yes, and I mean that. Like I think it's their best game. Start to end, the story was actually pretty damn good. And that's not just for a Crytek game. I think those guys did a phenomenal job. They pushed the visuals. And furthermore, I think they could, and I remember saying this shit to Colt, I think Rise can be the fucking name of the game, son of Japan, son of fuck, whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah,
like,
literally.
The location
Exactly.
is the
I
new,
like that.
Yeah,
Son
I mean,
of
why
New
not?
Rome. There we go.
Son of New Orleans, right?
Right?
And you're right, dealer.
Um,
That game graphically was way ahead of its time. It still fucking stands up to this day, man.
Yeah. It
I mean,
does.
there's rumors of it coming. Who knows? I don't know. Like I don't think it'll be at the show, but I think something like a Dead Rising would be cool to see. But I don't think
Dead
so.
Rising.
Crimson
yeah,
Skies, Crimson
And
Skies.
if you say Crimson Skies, I'm gonna cry.
Crimson
I
cries.
I don't know what else there could. I don't know what else there could be.
I mean, so then there's id, right? So id could potentially be bringing something, maybe like Quake or something. I don't know. They could potentially have something for us.
Yeah, where's Quack at?
ZeniMax Online, their new studio that they've had for a
Yeah.
while, that's been working on something for a very long time. People are thinking
rumors of like a Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or something, right? I don't know.
I
We'll
highly
see.
doubt it. I highly doubt it's any of that, but who knows what it
Yeah.
is.
Potential for whatever Tango GameWorks is actually working on, and I mean they did just release Ghostwire a couple of years ago, but then again they just released Hi-Fi Rush.
I
So
believe
maybe they announced Evil Within.
Jez also said that it's not like he's like, I don't think it's Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or franchises like that. Microsoft does not want to create games unless it's their talent making IPs that they own.
Yeah, but this was a game they started before they were acquired, right? So
well, that's what people think about
And-
Indiana Jones and maybe a Star Wars, but Indiana Jones
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't think that Microsoft know what they're going to think in 6 months, let alone really anyone else, because they've proven
That sounds stable.
You know what I'm saying? Like they literally did it with the Activision stuff, and then with the Tomb Raider, exclusivity, and then that got negative backlash because people cared because it wasn't on PlayStation. Their mind state changes a lot on that. So I don't know. I think if they got the opportunity to grab a character and it made sense, and they had a studio that was really wanting to make something like that, of course they would do it. It's not like they have all these IP that would outdo something like that anyway. They got great IP, don't get me wrong, they're already making
Do you
those
guys
things.
think there's going to be...
I agree, but...
I don't know about, like, everybody's talking about, like, third-party games, too, in the chat. Like, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of third-party unless it's tied to Game Pass and they sign deals, marketing deals.
Yeah,
but
there's
also
going to
Game
be
Pass
stuff
deals.
like that, though, right?
We're
going to get that
I
Game
think,
Pass roadmap.
Well, yeah, those Game Pass games that are coming in there, and I hope there's a big one or two, but I really think that third-party is going to be dominated by Keeley. I think he's going to have the fucking... He's just going to own that.
Of course, right? But, I mean, they're still going to have some deals.
Even
They
Elden
usually
Ring
have
DLC,
something, right?
people, 9 Lives, I see you, man. Elden Ring DLC, which I can't wait for. I think that's going to Keeley.
It better have Mega Blocks.
It's going to be Keeley. That's going to be Keeley. Keeley got Elden Ring.
Yeah.
What about
Keeley's already
Everwild?
confirmed that Sony didn't really hold anything back that they wanted to show at the moment, right? For his show. So Sony showed most of what they want to show. Except for Stray 2.
They shot their shot. Yeah, and then Everwild is supposedly there's rumors that that's going to be some sort of like, what was that? Viva Pinata meets whatever world they created. I don't know. That's an interesting.
I just want
thought,
to
I
see
guess.
what the fuck Everwild is. I'm not going to make any assumptions.
So
I
it
trust
might be
Rare.
something that shows up.
Yeah.
It's apparently not necessarily a game where you deliver fish to a pond in a frog's mouth. I don't know.
Dealer, what do you think is going
Right.
to be there? For sure, and not, and like, do you think it's not?
I already said, like, Hellblade, like, obvious shit, right? Which I agree with. I said this before. Like, I want them to have, first and foremost, show us stuff that we're going to play soon and show us gameplay, because I don't want to hear a ton of new stuff. Like, I'm not as interested in this stuff that's way, way out, because we got other shit we already know that's way, way out, and we still haven't played it, right? So I want to see Hellblade. I want to see a big chunk of gameplay for that, maybe. I want to see some Forza. Yeah, they'll have a separate thing for Forza as well for the single player, but they're going to have overview somehow of Forza as well. Starfield, I think they might spend a few minutes, probably more time than maybe some people expect, and have the thing afterwards. I think those things are given. I'm more curious about the fucking third party that's going to be there, because third parties have kind of been quiet in general. Like,
I'm telling you, Keely's going to own that, man.
they're still going to have some shit there, though.
Like I said, the only stuff I feel like they're going to have there is the stuff they have signed with Game Pass. Like, that's it. Like Lies of P, Flintlock, like all those games, and then maybe some new ones. But I think Keely's going to dominate it.
Those things
I
could be
wish
in a
I
sizzle
hope
reel,
they
in my
don't. I
opinion.
hope they have more than that. But yeah, we'll see.
Stalker 2.
Yeah, Stalker 2, I mean, I don't know where that one's at, but they could do a gameplay segment for that, but they did show gameplay quite a while ago for that already.
And we're gonna get some surprises for
Ravenlock?
show.
Is that the other one, Ravenlock?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Ravenlock
They
is
could show that.
already.
I just think they should have some kind of Star Wars Jedi, Survivor
Is
caliber
it Ravenlock?
third party there. That would be nice.
What's the other one that I'm trying to remember the name of it.
And that's the problem with having those games on the station.
Yeah, very much so.
Grand Theft Auto is going to be there.
It's not Ravenlock. It's something else. I'm just trying to remember what the heck the name
Ark
is.
Survivor.
Ark?
Well, I mean, that
don't
one's
put
due
Ark
as
in there.
well.
Vin Diesel.
That one's due as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
it's
both
due to
know
not- it's
Studio
due to not
Wildcard
come
are full
out.
of shit.
Trash.
Remember Atlas? CFD's killer. They killed itself.
You're thinking.
Eh.
You're thinking Flintlock. The one. I mentioned.
Flintlock. You're right. That's it. It's Flintlock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people like Ark, man, but I mean, just after watching any trailer and even looking at it on any platforms, like, who the fuck made this trailer? Like, I don't know. It's a tough one to jump into. It always runs like trash.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see, man.
Yeah, maybe we
we're
get
less
a
than a
release
week
for that.
away. Like, we're 5 days, whatever the hell it is, away. I just want to see what they got. I can't wait for Keely's on Thursday and everything, man.
Yeah, I actually agree with Donovan. Yeah, I don't need the third party there to be exclusive or to have any kind of deal, even with Game Pass. I'm just excited for new things. You guys remember that game, Ark Raiders?
Yeah.
That game looked next gen as hell. We ain't seen nothing from it for a good reason, right? Because they showed it too early, of course. But the physics and stuff in that game was doing new stuff that I hadn't really seen in games, like on I guess on a scale like this.
You talk about the EA game?
I think it is, yeah. Or no?
Yeah.
Is it from?
Yeah, that's coming out. I think it's coming out. It got delayed a little bit. I think it's coming out later this year or early next year. But yeah, that game looks amazing.
Yeah.
Hardcore Nick said, what about certain affinities? BR, the Tatanka. I think
We
is
don't
that
know
what-
about like Halo.
We don't know
I
what's happening.
Yeah.
I would love to see something about like where they're going. They just had massive changes in leadership there, but it may be too early to actually get anything
There's
from them.
so
right?
much shit, man. Like, honestly, at this
So-
point, there's been so many leaks that we can just think of everything. And
I was
at
going to
this
do a
point, we
segment on
just
the
need to
worst fake leaks and all that stuff, but I was like, that's too much bullshit here.
You're like at an 80-minute video.
I just can't do it. No, I mean, like on the show, like we talk about, some of the dumbest shit you've seen out there so far. But again, guys, let us know what you hope to see there. What we do know is they're going to have a better show than they did last year. I can tell you that right now. What we don't know is how many of those games we'll be buying in the next 12 months. So let us know if you're going to buy Hellblade 2, because I do want to find out how many people are actually buying these things. You just getting the Game Pass. Like, I bought Sea of Thieves, right? Even though it was in Game Pass. I was looking to, I was kind of looking forward to the game a little bit. And then I realized I made a terrible mistake. But Hellblade 2, that game's...
I'm game passing them all day. I got
You're not buying
Game
them?
Pass, man.
No, I'm not
Game
buying
Pass.
it.
Hey,
If it's
I'm not
on
giving
there-
them.
Are you
I got
Game
more
Pass or
money
you
if I ain't
buying?
got to.
Yeah,
I'm Game Passing.
I'm not a charity, bro. I'm here to.
I don't give a fuck if you're charities, Alker. So you're getting them on Game Pass. You're not buying them. That's my question. Chad,
Hell
let
yeah.
us know if you're getting on Game Pass. You're buying them. You're doing both.
I've already bought
Game
so
Pass.
many fucking games this year, man. Like it's been insane. Like I've
Yeah,
played.
you don't got
so
to
many
defend it.
games.
It's a question. Fuck.
No, I'm just saying, like, this year's insane. Like, people need to. This is why the Final Fantasy thing we were talking about. Like, there's too many games coming out where it's like, you need to actually stop and be like, when am I going to actually play this massive 50 to 80 hour game? Like, that's like, I think people really are looking at it that way. Like, there's been so many.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just.
And it's not like
Time.
it's the first time it's ever happened. Like people do find a way. Some
I would
people
say
do.
this year is one of the best years in gaming, man. Like, we have so many good
Facts.
games. Like, it is
Facts.
insane how many big, good games there are, and I haven't even touched some of these stuff.
What the fuck?
Jedi Survivor has brought me back to my childhood, like my love for gaming. Like that game is
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. How much time you got,
Diablo's
man?
done that.
Frig, a lot of. I'll check right now. I'll let you know. Hold on.
9 lives. You're a sick fraud. He said dealer would go nuts if they dropped a Crackdown 4. No, I would not. Though I do still to this day say Crackdown 3 was definitely
That game was
overly
fun, bro.
criticized. It's fun
It's
in
a
the party if you're
game-ass
not paying
game.
Actually
attention.
enjoyed the game.
It was all
Bro,
right.
it's a game ass
It's a
game.
7.
You just fucking blow shit up and have fun.
And
Like,
jump
who
around.
cares?
35 hours, dealer. 35 hours.
Yeah, that's not bad, man.
That's what's up.
Step your game up, bitch. You're soft. I'm just
Wipe yourself off. You did.
wipe yourself off. You dead.
Someone said Dead Space is still a buggy mess. Is that true? I would read your name, but the
No,
fucking
I
chat
didn't get any.
started
I
flying.
didn't have any. Dead
I
Space
didn't have any
actually
issues
was pretty
initially with
fucking
it.
clean
Yeah,
as
it
hell
was-
with me.
it
I
was a
think
pretty good
anything
launch.
Callisto Protocol, because that was buggy.
Melee.
It got
Fest.
and it got fixed relatively fast too. And I think the only thing with Dead Space was the VRS that was fucked up, and then they patched it. But apart from
Yeah,
that,
Dead
there's no
Space ran
issues,
fucking
so,
sweet, man. I
yeah.
beat the hell out of
What's that
game. It was
guy's
so
name
fun.
in Fallen Survivor? Raven or fucking Ronald Reagan? The guy that has the his henchman, Dagon's henchman. I forgot his name.
Oh, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
You
You
talk about
have-
the big guy,
You
right?
haven't made it there yet, Zach. I don't think yet. And Hargeet hasn't played it yet. Have you played Jedi Survivor, Hargeet?
You're talking about like the
The
henchman
chat's-
you
the
see at
chat's
like,
got me.
little cantina?
No, I have not, and I'm not going to.
Oh,
Well, you're
man,
really missing out on
out.
these.
That's such a good game, man. Such
Whatever.
a good game. I think that's one of the best games I've ever
Trust me,
played in my
Disney didn't
life.
make this. They just said,
In my
okay,
life.
you can make a game. That's all they did. But it's
Don't
worth
matter.
playing. It really is.
By far, it's the best Star Wars game ever. Sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty
Fight
damn
me.
good. Ravis. That's his name. Thank you, Justin. I killed that motherfucker first time, and he wasn't that hard. And I'm like, what difficulty? Okay, I'm on the same difficulty I played through the last one on, the moderate, right? I play every game pretty much on medium the first time through, and if I really like it, I'll go through on hard, right? That's my kind of my incentive. And I knew I was going to love Arkham City, did the same thing there. I knew I'd get the achievement for beating on hard. This pain beat the last one on hard and didn't know there was no achievement, so he did it for no reason. But that's besides the point. Ravis, yeah, I murked him in pretty much every boss pretty easily, and I don't know if chat, let me know, are they just harder in the first game, or, maybe, I don't know.
What,
somehow
what
I've
level
gotten
did you play it on?
medium, whatever they call it. Medium
It's-
level.
It's harder on hard for sure.
Well, duh. I'm just
No
saying.
shit.
Compared to the last game, it seemed a lot easier on the bosses. That's all. But it is harder and harder. You're right.
Debate. I don't know. I'm playing it on hard, and I get my ass kicked sometimes and rage quit. So
And rage quit.
Jay the what the fuck?
Fuck you, little spider!
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
yeah, because at Jedi, certain parts, right? If you die, fucking brings you all the way back if you don't have a save point, right? So it's like, forget it. I'll do it tomorrow.
Every time somebody rage quits a game, I think I picture that guy in Friday that got his chain taken from Debo, and he like runs crying to his car, the mailman dude. He's like and he's like he gonna cry in his car, like that shit. Every time somebody rage quits, that's what I think. Like that person is running away crying to their car.
Oh, shit.
Actually, Zelda did it to me a few times too, man. It's like, oh fuck.
Boba
do
said
that all over
his
again.
girl beat it on Jedi Knight, and Boba said he couldn't do it, but his girl did. He's just saying. So maybe the game is just easier than the last one. That's
My
something I
grandma got
noticed.
me that chain. Chat. Oh shit.
That's funny.
Hey, but hey, let us know what you guys think is going to be there. It's going to be in just a couple days, man. It's the last show before the showcase. I'll be back live after the showcase, and we'll let some of that stuff digest and be talking about some of that stuff. And I'm hoping we're super excited like we were 2 years ago. Like, fucking,
Yeah, man.
yeah, we were going crazy that summer. So
I think it's just going to be a great show. I think we're going to get some
Misplaced.
surprises as usual because every time we get a couple of surprises that we're not expecting, and I don't think this show is going to be any different. And I think they're going to come hard, especially with the poor showing that Sony did and the reception from gamers. They know they got to bring it. I think they're going to come hard, and I think it's going to be a good show. Fuck tempering your expectations. This shit's going to be lit.
yeah, Kaida, by the
Hell
way, says
yeah.
Kojima's game. I don't know how much of a game it really is at this point, and I would say that it's more of like an experimental thing, like using Azure, right? So I don't know. I'm not
You
a
know what?
big fan, not
I'm
the
not
right person to
excited.
probably talk
I'll-
about.
I'm not excited for that.
I'll take the 2 points for Kojima game being shown at the show. So it's all good, man.
You hoping it's there?
Yeah, you know what?
Just
It's just
drags
gonna
out
add
a server
to the,
blade and
it's gonna add to
It's
the
gonna be
show. It's gonna
Kojima.
add add to
It's
variety. It's gonna add to people
Keighley.
talking about it. So I think it's good. Like
Kojima's game
he's
is not going to be there, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't-
gonna be on the
Like-
Keeleys, and they have to put something on the Game Awards, right? So this
Yeah, I guess
coming
so.
holiday.
Yeah.
and I don't
Makes
think
sense.
those are
Why
good
is it
reasons to
one
have
thing
something
to
there,
have
dude.
it?
That's why we got
I
the Gran
can't
Turismo
wait.
trailer, and it did all the same things, but it wasn't good. It wasn't a good thing.
2023. I can't wait. Or
Uh,
2030. Sorry, my bad.
2030.
2030.
Yeah, he has to
Fucking
wait for
Kojima.
technology to catch up. That's a lot of bridges
Like
and
my
things you
my
gotta
thoughts are so far advanced. I gotta fucking wait. Welcome to Kojami.
build. I can't even think them shits right now. I gotta wait till 2030. Hey, big
Jesus
shout out to
Christ.
Expose 305. It says Xbox Nation, never look back to any other console. Bring back Unreal Lion. What is that? Lionord? Landrid? I don't know what that is. Conflict. I never played it. Landrid Conflict. Have you ever heard of it?
nope.
Nope.
Well, I'm
Look it
sorry,
up.
Exposed, but Unreal Landry Conflict, never heard of it.
Never played it. Never liked it.
Never played it, never enjoyed it. But shout out to you,
Never,
man.
is it enjoyed it or never played it? Never liked it.
Oh, it's Leandry Conflict is Unreal Championship 2.
Why you got to call it a different name,
Oh.
Exposed? No, shout out to him, man. No, they need to bring that shit. Wasn't there a new Unreal tournament that was just on PC or something? Like a newer
Couple
one?
years.
Something. I
years
remember hearing something.
Yeah, they
I
need
have
to
no
bring
idea.
that over because that game I've never even heard anyone talk about it in years since it was announced. So I'm not sure how much interest is there. But let us know what you think. We're gonna do some outros, guys. Thanks
We're
for
not gonna talk about the Apple.
we did talk about Diablo. Oh, the Apple. Yeah, go ahead and talk about the Apple. Why the fuck is it so expensive? Do you bad to go?
Yeah, man. So just the technology that's in it, it's really advanced. You got fully automatic lens adjustments. You go into the fucking Apple store and they size it to your face, so you can have it really specific to you.
What if you
you
eat a
have-
lot of fries and then like your face
Well,
changes?
Well, then you're screwed.
Well, you need to be
Also-
Better jump on that
choices.
Also, if you wear glasses, there's these lenses that you get made and they magnetically stick on, so you don't actually have to wear your glasses. It's got a micro OLED display, over 4K resolution each eye, over 23 million pixels. It's basically a MacBook on your fucking head, man. So like the technology is amazing. I don't like that it has a 2-hour battery life. That's fucking trash. Especially you're paying $3,500 for this shit. And like I was saying earlier, I don't know who this is designed for because mass adoption, it's gonna be hard at that price point. And like I was saying, then I think of these Apple fucking heads, and these guys just go and buy anything that's fucking branded Apple. If there was fucking Apple fucking toothpicks,
Is-
they'd go fucking
Why are you
buy it.
hating, D-Bash? Supposed to be a nice topic.
So
Apple
so
toothpicks.
I-
That's it.
so
That's
so
the
I
new
don't
idea.
know, but I'll say this: they do. If anyone can make VR and AR mainstream, it's Apple, and I think they have a good chance of doing it once they bring down the fucking price, man, because it's expensive. But the tech that I saw, it was amazing, and it far exceeds what anybody else is doing. The HoloLens is like a different use. It's for a different use. Basically, medical experts are using this now for like operations and stuff, and like different enterprises. It's not really geared towards the consumer, right? So I don't know where they're going with that in the future, but this shit, man, VR and AR mixed together seamlessly at a high resolution. It's very intriguing. I can't wait to actually try it at the Apple Store. But as far as like the average consumer getting it, man, $3,500. What the hell, man?
Sappho.
Yeah, it's for the. Go ahead.
Sappho, he's talking about the CMA FTC collusion. What's he talking about?
Oh, but I guess maybe he's talking about the senior director at the CMA. He used to work for Sony. He worked for the firm that's actually handling their affairs right now, and they're dealing with the ABK shit, right? So he
There's
used to work
also
for them.
hints about like the communications between the FTC and the
And the
CMA during
CMA,
the
yeah,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
we
So
don't
that
know that there's anything there, but there is an investigation going on.
and
So
then
we'll
and
see.
then Sony came out and kind of helped Microsoft's case by saying that cloud is not a threat to console gaming and that it's a very niche market, pretty much, which kind of goes
Yeah,
against what
there's
the
that
fucking
too.
CMA was saying. So
Oh shit.
hopefully
Mm,
Microsoft can use those arguments. And I think today Brad Smith also met
Yep,
with a
Chancellor.
UK chancellor. So they're gonna
Yeah,
try to get. I'll be honest with you
finance
guys.
minister.
This deal, I can see the path. This deal is gonna go through one way or another. It's just which way is it gonna go through and how messy is it gonna be. But I'm quite confident that this deal closes because I'm not worried about the FTC. The FTC's case is a joke, and they gotta fucking prove it. So they can't just say the bullshit. They gotta fucking
Yeah,
prove
they
it.
also
And I
can't
don't
do
think
what
they're
the
gonna get an
CMA did.
injunction.
Yeah,
No,
the
they cannot.
CMA can do future-based things. In the U.S., the law is you have to show actual harm today.
Yeah,
There's just not anything there. There's
yeah,
just
yeah,
nothing there.
yeah. So I think by well, this court case is like July, and I think the one with FTC is in August. So I would say basically by the end of August, we're gonna know what's up. I think we're gonna know more what's up after the ruling with the CMA, basically, because Microsoft's not worried about the FTC. It's basically the
It
CMA.
may end up being earlier than that. It doesn't look like Activision wants to extend, so see, they may just
Really?
close around it. Yeah, we'll
Oh
see. I don't
wow.
know. There's still some time left, right? So we don't have to jump ship here yet, but they may just want to close. There's I don't know if it's a leak or basically they just put it out there that they're looking at ways to bypass the
Yes.
UK.
Yeah, and those
And
ways I looked. Just go ahead.
yeah, no,
I,
go
I
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I looked into that. So and I spoke about this in my videos previously. So basically, they'll go to another country that's not under the jurisdiction of the CMA, and then they'll just do their business there and distribute their games in the UK through a distributor, or and basically that would their cloud games and the games they get from this acquisition wouldn't be available on Game Pass or the cloud, and they would just sell their games normally. So that's one way around it. Or they can just say fuck it and just deal with the repercussions and whatever fines come after that. I don't think they'll do the latter. I think the smarter thing would be just to go somewhere else and to conduct business there and just use a distributor. So they're looking into that. To the people that said, "Oh no, they can't do that. They're not going to pull out the UK." They just fucking hired a shitload of lawyers. They're not going to waste money on something that is a pipe dream or not a possibility. It is possible. They can do it, and I really think it at this point it would be the government that would have to like step in and slap up the CMA or something. I don't know because the CMA they're like fucking gun ho on this shit. Like they're even releasing press releases, in support of what they did. Like they're they're
Crazy.
they're doubling, tripling down, saying, "Yeah, we did the right thing because these
Oh
guys
my
they're gonna
god.
come in and they're anti-competitive and they want to, get rid of the small guy and we're doing what's best for consumers and what's best for the UK." So they're doubling down on it. So I just don't see Microsoft and them coming to any type of deal anytime soon. It's gonna play out in the courts basically.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean that the meeting outcome was that the chancellor is going to take a look at what he can do.
I hope the
They're
chancellor does all that.
and they're meeting with the CMA. Like Brad Smith is going to meet with the CMA as well this week. So we'll see, right? We'll see. We also have the thing starting. Was it next Monday? I think the next cat meeting or no, well not meeting, but
Yeah,
the
for the
next part of
lawyers
the
and
cat
stuff.
trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, right after the showcase. It'll be
Oh
fun.
shit. All right. Well, long story short, Apple VR is expensive, and who knows, might be shitty. And then the CMA
Oh man.
did a bunch of stuff. But yeah, this show's running long too. I gotta jump out of here because I'm gonna get killed when I get off the mic anyway. But guys, let us know your thoughts. Hit the like button. Tell everybody about the channel, and of course, go help D-Batch tonight. He's gonna need it too. D, where are you at right now? What have you been playing, and where can people find you?
I'm playing Jedi Survivor, freaking loving it. I think I'm gonna fire up Diablo tonight or tomorrow morning. You guys can find me on Twitter at D_batch. Of course, on YouTube at DBatch. I did a video yesterday detailing the Apple Vision Pro. So if you want to know more about it or my opinions on it, You can click on that video. It was a great show, and I'll see you guys on Sunday after the Xbox showcase.
Definitely follow the
Which I will stream
at the Gemini 2 on Xbox Live. And Zalker, what have you been playing, and where can we find you, bud?
You can find me at Zalker87 on YouTube, Zalker87 on Twitter, and on Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard for Zealots of Gaming, where me, Hargeet, and So Shady talk some games. Podcast has been going awesome. The support's been insane, so appreciate everybody that shows up. And I've been playing nothing but fucking Diablo. I actually put about 10 hours or 11 hours into Jedi Survivor. I really enjoyed the game, and then Diablo came out and just took over everything. I've been playing like crazy, like I said, pushing with friends, playing with multiple groups, playing solo with the story, trying to just enjoy it. I literally, I think I have like maybe 40 plus hours already in the game. I just didn't stop playing. I just played all the time, and I love it, and I can't wait to jump back into it tonight. I'm going to be rolling Barb for main, and yeah, everybody in the chat, let me know what you're running main-wise. Like, what are you playing right now, and what act you're in, or whatever, and yeah, what build you got, because I love the game. But yeah, that's everything. Thanks for the show, man. It was awesome. We had a lot to talk about, and I can't wait for Sunday. So let's get it. Xbox, don't temper your expectations. Get the fuck in there.
Are you talking about like a building or? Oh,
yeah, you know, get in there. It's a nice building.
Hey, shout out to Greg E3 Egg. You know.
Hell yeah.
Hey, one of y'all in the chat, can you roll over and tap Forte on the shoulder and ask him what he's been playing? Wake him up first, and then ask him what he's been playing and where can people find him?
Wake him up.
What have you been playing, Forte, and where can people find you?
Well, first of all, never sleep when
Drop
you're
the
on
sauce.
RDX.
Wipe your drool off. You sleeping?
Yeah. Wait, wipe yourself off. You're sleepy.
Well, whatever. I can't even pick the words.
We're fucking with you, man. Like,
say to you on here.
What have you been playing? And where can people find you, bud?
Diablo, literally. That's it for the last 24 hours. I have about 10 hours into the game right now since I started playing last night. Loving every bit of it. And then going to be finishing up a couple other things. Still working on my Jedi Survivor. Still working on Tears of the Kingdom, about halfway through that. So, you know, Diablo's going to kind of take over for probably the next couple of weeks before I jump into anything else. And as always, man, really great being here with you guys. DPS Podcast is the podcast that me and my homeboy Slow-Mo does 9 p.m. every Thursday night. So make sure you come check us out and follow us on Twitter. And outside of that, have a great week and enjoy the games that you're playing.
Who's that in the chat? Somebody said Forte skill at will. Forte playing Twitter? You get on Twitter much? I ain't seen him on Twitter.
Forte don't play Twitter. So Forte disappeared from Twitter a while ago.
Well,
good man.
We've also got Hargeet, man. What have you been playing? Where can we find you, man?
So my gamer tag is hchani on Xbox. I am not on Twitter either. And yeah, as far as podcasts, obviously here on RDX, then podcast Primetime Gaming on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and Zealots of Gaming with Zocker and So Shady on Thursdays 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Though this week I will be flying out to LA and catching the Keeley show on Thursday and the Fan Fest for Xbox on Sunday, and then I'll be coming back. But yeah, we should hopefully have some. There's a bunch of shows now. Yeah, hopefully they'll all be good. And then as far as what I've been playing, I haven't been able to play as much because I've been kind of like preparing to leave. But I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy and a couple smaller games. I finished Best Month Ever and Inspector Waffles. Small little games, though, like 5-10 hour games or whatever. But that's basically it.
Hey, again, check Zalker out, Hargeet out, and Shady out on Zalker's channel every Thursday. Lots of gaming, roll out. And then no, shout out to shout out. I didn't catch the last one live, or I wasn't able to show up because I was gone. But I did check some of the show out after. Zalker does a pretty good job for a new host. Definitely does a good job.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're a little bitch.
And my eyebrows ain't fucking around.
That's why I had to turn the shit off. But after that, you know, like I just turned the screen off and stuff is fine. Guys, you can follow me on Xbox Live at ii_dealer_ii. And Twitter, at dealer_gaming, and of course here on YouTube. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, Diablo 4. Look, I'm not a big fan of these types of games, really. And yeah, the game is quality, like obviously. That goes without saying. Even the environment's falling over when you hit them. I'm not far enough in to really add much more than that. I'm going to keep playing it, but really it's because of the narrative that I've been given so far. This gameplay loop right here wouldn't necessarily hold me for too long. Just me personally.
You're not your guy.
Just for me personally. But because of the narrative and how cool that stuff is and how it's really pulling no punches, like it's pretty graphic, I think that stuff's pretty cool. It's pretty dark. So I will definitely be playing some more of this, and I'll be doing it in co-op, I think, because doing it by yourself,
Hit me the fuck up.
you're like level 500.
Bro, I'll re-roll a druid. I got everything. Don't trip.
Who was it that I talked to recently? Boba. I think he said, no, I would never play another character ever. I said, okay, Boba.
Campaign skip and level up faster than you even played your first character.
No, I don't. I haven't asked around. I was thinking about going through it with my girl. We need something to play in co-op, so probably will definitely do that. But guys, let us know your thoughts. Obviously, I think it's cool that Greenberg came out and confirmed what he did. I like it when they're straightforward, but sometimes it still blows back because of a certain, this or that, and that's why I want to clarify what he actually said and what that could mean. So.
We did get a last super chat. I don't know if we want to just read it. Jaguar Gaming,
go ahead.
$2. Rog Ally thoughts. I would say Rog Ally thoughts. Hold that for next week since it's coming out next week. We'll tell you what we think.
Yeah, tell you then.
Right. It comes out the day of RDX, right? I think it comes out that day.
Yep. 13.
So, yeah, we'll give you some thoughts.
Oh, the chat's crazy, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us even during some outros here. Again, you proud of show. Let us know your thoughts. We're going to go die now.
Sounds good.
Peace.
Later, everybody.
Holy